Whoo, Chile, guys, Chile. Listen, hey guys, and welcome to Little Blackbird 91. We're giving you live on Love is Blind. It's crazy episode. This episode was madness personified. I mean, listen, hold on. I didn't put my hat on. This hair is a bit mad still. This hair is a bit mad. Let me not forget my hat because my hair's a bit mad. Now I'm cutting it next week, but we have to wait for the show. But anyway, listen, this episode was a bit mad. Let me tell you why this episode was mad. It was wild because I went through so many different thoughts in the back of my head. Can I be real? At one point, I said to myself, do you know what? Micah isn't that bad. I was thinking to myself, well, Micah isn't that bad. And then she goes and does that. Just blows out the water. You know what I mean? And honestly, I was like, wait, hold on a minute. This is gone from good to absolute trash. And so now I'm realizing that actually the worst person is not Micah. The worst person is Irina. Although I thought Micah was the leader gang pack of the baddies, the mean girls, Irina is the one that really is the mean girl. Like, Irina is really the mean girl. When I say that, what I mean by that is Micah's the type of person that will give you mean girl energy and end up getting wifed. Irina ends up being a mean girl and being a mean girl in a relationship and destroying things. So it's like, you know what I mean? So I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, this is quite a change. This is quite a change. And then obviously as well, and then obviously for me again, watching obviously Marshall and Jackelina, woo, baby. Good to see. The reality is I think Jackelina knows that she has a very strong personality and she has a way of operating in relationships that Marshall might be a little bit too soft for her. That's how I think she feels. I think she feels like I think she feels like, that maybe Marshall, it's going to take her a bit of time to come to the way that Marshall is. Okay? It's going to come to the way that Marshall is. But I'm going to be honest with you. Toto, the word Toto does it mean dumbass? He's my Toto, if I'm correct. Does Toto mean dumbass? This is not a cute name. I think, if I remember correctly, Toto is not a good name, if I remember correctly. So I don't know. Yeah, let me not say anything, okay? But maybe that's what she needs. That's what she needs. Exactly, you know what I mean? So means clown too. Okay, clown too. Okay, so he's my clown. Okay. All right, cool. Okay, that's his clown. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's one of the ones as well. Okay. And then obviously, let's also talk about the fact that we have Tiffany and Brett. Again, not much is really happening. I know people want me to talk about Brett and Tiffany, but much is not happening. Like, they're good. Do you know what I'm saying? They're good. Brett and Tiffany. Yeah, they're getting close. They almost consummated their marriage. I don't know, they consummated at the end or whatever because she was on her red, so she couldn't. But they just seem to be good. They seem to be nice. They seem to be comfortable. They seem to be, they're not the source of madness. I'm happy for them. You know what I mean? Okay, but she did say dumbass, didn't she? Okay, see, I remember her saying something like that. So I'm just saying, when someone does that in the long term, this gonna be a problem. Okay, this gonna be the problem. And listen, African, I said absolutely, you're absolutely right, yeah. Yeah, absolutely, you're absolutely right. Okay, you're absolutely right. This is, I appreciate a sis. She said, I might be red, but I need to make sure my man is taken care of. And I appreciate that. Okay. Okay. I appreciate that. Someone said the madness was the bathing suit he got. What was wrong with the bathing suit? What was wrong with the bathing suit? I can't remember what was wrong with it. Was there something wrong with the bathing suit? I know he said he was going to get a one, but what was wrong with the bathing suit, guys? I don't know what happened there, so you have to let me know. And then we also had obviously Irina and Zach. Irina and Zach. Listen, Irina and Zach, two peas in a pod. And it's evident that he chose her because she's just like him, but she really showed her tail. My girl said, yo, basically, let me let you know that I got the X for you. Okay, I got the X for you. I said, oh, baby. I said, oh, baby. I said, yeah, these two, yeah, problems in itself. They're both toxic and they know it and they're here to play a game. So, it's a madness to me. Paul and Micah as well. It's interesting. I think Micah really does find Paul attractive, but I'll be honest with you, I think Micah really wants Kwame. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was you know what? I was not happily surprised, but I really think Micah likes Kwame. Now, does she like him enough to want him and be in a relationship? I think she likes playing with him. I think she likes the power she has over him, and I think she likes him liking her. And I think there is some type of connection, definitely, because she was drunk talking. She was drunk talking, and her drunk talking self is a little bit vicious, but she also true. You know, so yeah, I think there's some liking there. Personally, I do think she likes Kwame. As someone said better, she likes to chase, and that might be a better way of describing what she likes. She likes what she can't have. I see that. Yeah, I definitely see that as well. All right, let's get into the show. Okay, let's get into the show. But listen, if you're new to the channel, like it, share, subscribe, click on the bell button for notification of the uploads. There is 100 people in the room. Press the like button, guys. Don't start the show without liking this particular show. So if you haven't done it so already, click on the like button right now for me. Click on it. Let's get them likes up, okay? All right, help me with the algorithm. Okay, all right. So pressing the like buttons right now, guys. Let's get the algorithm saying that you like this kind of content. All right, let's get into the shoe. Okay. Let's get into the show. Because there's a lot to break down in this episode. There's a lot to break down in this episode, and I don't even know where to fully start. Because there was so much going on, and boy, how about
Pressure.
into this? Okay, let me get my notes up and bring this up because this is wild out here. All right, cool. Let's talk about Kwame and Chelsea first and foremost. I want to talk about Kwame and Chelsea because they were quite interesting, and I'll tell you this for sure. Kwame plus Chelsea. I think I want to say this. He loves Micah. Okay. All right. Now, let me just say this again. This situation is giving me what we saw with Ayana and Jarrett from last 2 seasons ago. The fact is, he chose Micah first. So choosing Chelsea after is a second choice. Okay. I was like, if you deep it with obviously with Micah and our brother Kwame really invested himself in Micah. Like he actually chose her before the time was even up. He really chose her before the time was up. And then after he got rejected, he switched to Chelsea. Now the problem with this is his first number one is always going to be Micah. His number one is always going to be Micah, which is why I always tell you guys, number one don't have a number two, baby. Number one don't have a number two. Number 2 and 3 and 4 are just to help keep the race interesting. Okay? Yeah? So he really wanted to get with Micah. He wanted Micah more because the energy they have is different to what he has with Chelsea. I'm not saying that Chelsea's bad. I think Chelsea's great. I think she's amazing. She even got a little bottom on her. Like, you know what I mean? She even got a little Nyash. No one's complaining. But the reality is he didn't choose her first. He chose Micah first. Okay. Okay. He chose Micah first. You know, and Micah, you know, gave some energy that he liked. They seemed to connect, and we saw it even this now. We saw it. But let me tell you something. There were some warning signs. Okay. There were some warning signs that Chelsea is ignoring what's being said and what is ignoring what he's doing in order just to capture the man. Okay, I like Chelsea. I think she's cool. I think she's amazing. But I need you to wake up and smell the Kenko Ghanaian coffee because Kwame has been letting you know subtly that he's not. Listen, his eyes are on not the sparrow, but they're on Micah. Okay, this display at the pool was enough to tell you, but before the pool, there was other things that were happening which were smaller, but also important. So let's go to those moments. I want to get you up to speed to where I was. Let's get it. Let's get it here. Okay. And let's get the conversation first. I'm going to play a few clips. First and foremost, this guy was scared. Okay. Our boy was scared. And I'll tell you where he got scared. It was at this moment he got scared. Here we go. Okay. This moment here, he got scared.
Do you want to know what its name is?
It's not Blanky.
It's Baba.
Baba. Okay, can I see Baba?
This is Baba.
Baba.
Don't.
Yeah, listen, I know it sounds cute, but let me tell you something. Just before I played this clip, just forgot to that moment when she started telling me about the blanket that was 30 years old, this brother started scratching his ass. Just saying. Okay. Yeah, this brother was scratching his ass, thinking to himself, what the heck is she talking about? Why has she got a 30-year-old blanket? You know what I mean? Why the hell has she got a 30-year-old blanket? Like, let's deep it, you know.
Except for like, we'll separate and then I'll wake up in the middle of the night and then like I'll find you again.
Really?
Yeah. You know?
Okay. Tell me about what else like is that you want me to know about you.
I have a baby blanket.
You have a baby blanket.
I still
sleep with it every night.
I still sleep with it.
You brought it with you?
Yeah.
Huh.
It is ratted and tatted. It's
look at. Brother is like, wait, you brought your blanket, your baby blanket? You mean your 30-year-old baby blanket? Yeah. Okay. You know what I mean? I'm not saying again that, you know what, for the right girl, this is always cute. For the wrong one, this is annoying. Okay, I'm just saying. For the right girl, this is cute. For the wrong one, it's annoying. But let me just be honest with you. A 30-year-old blanket? Okay, I'm sorry. A 30-year-old blanket, baby, leave that blanket where it needs to be. Okay, all right. All right, leave that blanket where it needs to be. Where it needs to be is in the past. Let it lay. Okay. All right. So I don't want to see that. Okay. Baba needs to stay there. Okay. All right. Baba needs to stay where he needs to stay, which is Baba, we're in your presence. Let it rain, cause your rain. Let it fall on me. We're in your presence. Let it rain. Cause your rain. Let it fall on me. But let Baba. Whoa. Baba needs to stay in the past, okay? All right? We don't need Baba here. Now, and if you saying that Zack has a teddy bear, yeah, and we see what his baby's like. Zack has got a teddy bear, and we see what Zack is like. That's what I'm going to say. Okay? A 30-year-old thingy, listen, let it stay in the past. I'm not saying it can't exist. I'm saying, why is it in your suitcase? Why is Baba in your presence? That's the question we're asking. The only Baba that should be in your presence is the Lord. So I'm asking, why is Baba in your presence? Why? Okay. Why is Baba in your presence? That's the question I'm asking. Yeah. We're on holiday. We're on our honeymoon. We don't need to have Baba in your presence at this point in time. It's not necessary. Okay. All right. So I knew that at that moment he was officially scared and he felt some type of way. Nothing crazy. But this is when I said, I think this woman has been searching for Black D for a very long time. Can I be honest with you? I think Chelsea's been searching for Black D for a very long time. Okay. Kwame has supplied it. That's what I'm going to say. Okay. Let's just watch this part.
I would say last night being intimate with Kwame exceeded all expectations I ever had. And this whole time I was like, what if I'm not attracted to him? I don't think I've ever had this level of attraction with somebody. because it didn't start physically, you know? This isn't a hookup. This isn't one night stand. This isn't someone that's just coming over to get it. Like this was making love was last night. 100%.
Yeah. See, at that part, and even just before I played that clip, the part where they're in the bed and the camera's on them. Yeah, yes. Darling, it feels like, you know what? You wanted some black tea. You want a D-lash. You want a D-lash. You want a D-lash. You know what I mean? That first note was off, but don't worry about that. It sounded like she wanted that first D-lash. You know what I'm saying? Look, I'm not even mad at it. I'm just pointing out what we saw. You know, I'm not saying that I'm even mad at it. I'm just saying, you know, it just sounds like she's been waiting for. You know, I've been waiting for a moment like this when he will give me the D-lash. A moment like this when my black boyfriend give me the D-lash. And for that one special kiss, oh, I can't believe it's happening to me. Some people wait a lifetime for the D-lash like this. Like, you know what I mean? It felt like she was waiting for that moment. You know, the whole time. And Kwame's not even really connected at that moment. Like, it's like she wanted to put the camera on him, and it's like he didn't really want to put a camera on there. That's when I knew this Negro don't want to be involved in anything she's adding to him, right? He does not want to be involved. You know the ones there? You know when the ones where it feels like the guy's like, don't put the camera on me. Don't put the camera on me. I said, oh, damn. I said, baby, hold on. Let me get if I can get this up.
What just happened, babe?
It's that first part.
Nothing. A whole. Hey, you stop it. You keep the camera up here, man.
Sorry.
Just that part. I said she was like the camera was gonna go low. Okay, all right. The camera was gonna go low, and she literally. I said, you know, I said, wow, okay, you know. I was like, okay, cool. I ain't even mad at it, bro. Like, okay. I was like, yo, I feel like old girl just really wants the lash, and I'm not gonna be angry at her for that. I'm just saying she was hungry for it. Okay, very hungry. Now the part that really needs to be focused here. Okay, all right. The part that needs to be focused here. Hey, ladies, some of you guys are really talking about people's faces in here, and people how they just remember when the men start talking about women and their faces and their body, please don't start getting argumentative in my chat. I'm just telling some of you are really coming at people's appearances. Just be ready if they come for yours or they come for a woman, please. I don't want to hear arguments in the chat because some of you are feeling very brave at the moment. You're casting people's faces. Please remember, let's keep it cute in the chat. Yeah, let's leave the appearances comments to a minimum. Okay, just saying, you know, some of the comments I'm seeing a little bit harsh. Okay, just a little bit harsh. You know what I mean? Let's you know what I mean? Yeah, okay, yeah. Because if the same is being done to you, I don't want to hear complaints. You know what I mean? Don't want to be hearing crying that people are misogynist because they're calling you something ugly. I don't want to hear it. Okay, so let's keep it cute in the chat. Okay, all right. Let's keep it cute in the chat. Just saying, darling. All right, nothing crazy. Just keep it cute. That's what I'm asking for. All right. Listen. So next thing I want to talk about, okay, is the fact that listen, brother. Let's be honest. These two, let me tell you the truth. Yeah, she asked him a question and he did not answer it the way he was supposed to answer it. Let's have a look at this. Okay, I want to bring this point as well because he did not answer this question at all the way he was meant to answer it. I said, this is not a good sign at all. This is not a good sign. Okay, so listen to this. And you see
about how our lives are going to gel together.
I'm nervous. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm nervous about us heading back home. I'm nervous about figuring out how we fit. I'm nervous about the rest of this vacation. You know, no matter how good it feels,
there's a lot we haven't faced.
There's a lot we haven't faced yet.
Yeah, I know.
Are you nervous about us running into everybody? How do you think that's going to be?
I think I'm excited.
Yeah.
I think we're all curious.
Yeah.
What everyone looks like. What other couples are going to be here, right? What their dynamic is like.
I mean, obviously, getting here, I don't care about anybody else here.
Yeah, me neither.
Point blank period. But like, I also want to just keep it 100, right? Like.
Okay. So this is where it starts getting the conversation. I'm going to play the video for you in a second, right? But this is where it starts getting a little bit, Okay, so they're having a conversation, about their time and what they've, their relationship, etc. And now the conversation begins to shift onto a place where they're talking about if they see other people. Now, this is where I knew that he was capping. This is where I knew that he was trying to tell her in a roundabout way, I'm going to talk to her and you need to let me. I was like, okay, let's see where this goes. Let's have a look at this.
There's a little curiosity about who this person is.
Of course. And I think that's
you know?
natural.
Yeah. So, like, how would you feel if I went over and kind of just had a conversation with Micah? Would you be all right with that?
Yeah.
Like, I'm happy where I'm at. I'm blessed with my decision.
So listen, at that point, let me be honest with you. Like he said, listen, we're gonna meet other people over there. He asked it, is it okay if I talk to Micah? Really? Listen, the reality is I actually understand where he's coming from. I understand where a lot of these couples are coming from. It is very difficult. It is very difficult because if you haven't had the closure conversation, this is the problem I have with these shows, not necessarily the show itself, but how difficult it can be because you've opened yourself up equally to all of these people. This is not how it's supposed to work in real life. Can I be honest with you? You're supposed to hold something back, right? You're supposed to hold something back. Okay, you're supposed to have your heart guarded, but in this show, everyone's just opening their heart openly to all different people. So what's happening now is that there's really a deep connection happening with several people, and that brings so much confusion. That brings so much confusion. And the conversation, the end conversation to say obviously it's not working for us or whatever, just to kind of get a bit of closure. I'm not mad at it if you're going to be honest about it, which he was in a roundabout way. I'm not mad about the fact that obviously he had the conversation, but I am the type of conversation that we're having and the way that she was moving up to him. Yeah, that was disrespectful. In the end, the way it happened was disrespectful. But I'll be honest with you, I think in this instance, he set her up to make sure she was ready to know that he wanted to talk to Micah. And I get that, right? That's not my issue here. It's coming up. Don't worry. It's coming up.
Me too. I think that's important that we're confident.
Regardless of how deep those connections got, they kind of, went their way at a certain point. And, we got to go all the way through, and that's what's important.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And we were talking a little bit about how, before we...
Nah, go wait. I just want to see something. Hold on.
And, we got to go all the way through, and that's what's important.
See here? She said what? She said, wait, hold on, what? What did you just say? She was confused by what he said because the reality is she heard something that does not align with what's actually happening with them two right now, right? Because what he's saying is not convincing. Let me just play it now again, okay? So you understand what was actually said. Listen to what he actually said, because that's why she was looking at him like, what the heck?
It's got they kind of went their way at a certain point, and we got to go all the way through, and that's what's important.
So he said, obviously, the connections went their way at a certain point, but we got through, and that's all that really matters. And she's like, is it? Is that what really matters? Because it doesn't sound like then you cared for me the same way. What it really means is your connections ended, and then you chose me. That's where I think what she's hearing. Okay. And I think she realized that actually, no, his connections ended. That's the reason why he chose you. He didn't choose you out of the connections. He chose you because the connection ended. Right. So that's a different ball game in that instance. Right.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And we were talking a little bit about how, before we were about to get intimate, we were both kind of nervous. Yeah. You were bopping around the room. And I was like, why are you stalling? What? Let's go.
The nerves.
Yeah. What was going through your mind at that point?
I mean,
okay, this part's also important as well, right? This part here is really important. I'll tell you why. Okay. This part is really important because what she's about to ask him, I need you to pay attention to his response. This is when I knew for sure this brother is going through the motions. If he stays in this marriage, it'll be a long one. I'm gonna be honest with you. It'll be a long one. Like literally, what she asked him about was their connection in the bedroom. And I said, oh, and she asked him how good the connection was in the bedroom. And listen to what he actually says. It's wild, bro. Like, listen to what he actually says.
Like I said, we've had this crazy chemistry the whole time, but like when you're finally putting it together, right? You definitely, I don't know about what you thought, but in my mind, I set this bar crazy high, right? Yeah. And in my head, I was like, I just hope it lives up to what we're hoping it will, you know?
Did it? I was thinking earlier too.
Man said I would say, bro.
This is bad. This is very, very bad.
Bro. This is real bad. Okay. I just want to just I wanted you to focus on this question here that's being said.
When you're finally putting it together, right? We definitely, I don't know about what you thought, but in my mind, I set this bar crazy high, right? Yeah. And in my head, I was like, I just hope it lives up to what we're hoping it will, you know?
Did it? I was thinking earlier too. I would agree.
100%.
I don't know about you, but if I say, oh, well, we're looking at that moment, etc., and then Chelsea goes, he's like, I wanted it to live up to that moment, and she goes, oh, did it? And he goes, I would say so. I would say so. Nigga, you don't rape me. I would say so. I would say so. At that point is when I knew that brother did not rate her at all. So while she's getting excited, this brother does not rate her at all. I said, this thing is long for everybody. Okay, it's long for everybody. Yeah, I feel for old girl, and then obviously having to watch, Micah and Kwame connect. That was also dangerous as well. But before we get to that point, it's evident in this situation that I think Chelsea is aware of the fact that his attentions are divided. I think she's aware that his attentions are not fully on her. This is giving, and I want to be very clear, and I can't wait. I'm going to do a breakdown of Acrimony, the film Acrimony, once more again. I love that film. I watched it the other day, and I loved it because, again, everybody can say whose side they're on, but Acrimony is the kind of film that we need in this day and age because it gives us different perspectives. Whose side are you on? Now, everyone can focus on the 18 years that she spent marrying that guy, but the question is, should she have ever been in that relationship in the first place? You know what I mean? Perception is important. Now, Chelsea can see, she can hear, and she can see, and she can feel that this isn't the right type of guy. Okay? She can tell. She knows that his answers are not sufficient, but she's willing to go along with it so long as she gets what she wants. I keep saying this. We don't just get played because we don't just get played because of we don't just get played because the person's such a good player. We get played because we want to get played, because we choose to be a part of the play. We choose to want something even when we know it's not good for us. That's how we get played. That's how we get played. Right? So let's fast forward it because I want to get into now the Kwame and situation with our sister Micah. So let's focus on her and Micah, Kwame and Micah. Let's focus on there. I ask this question: Did she play? Did she play Micah? That's a question. Did she play Micah? Did she play? Did she play Kwame? Do you feel that Micah played Kwame? You feel like she played him in this episode, guys? Question is, do you feel like Micah played Kwame in the situation? Okay, that's all I want to know. Let me know your comments down below. Okay, do you feel like she played him? Okay, because that was interesting. Yeah, I was intrigued by that moment. Now I want to play this clip for us.
Very strange getting that body to the voice and the mind and the heart and the soul. As soon as we start talking, I start, like holding her was very tough. I had a thing for her. I know,
Do you remember that moment? He was like trying to fuck me, and you were like, wait, what? You were the guy that was gonna propose to Micah last night? And she goes, anyways.
And like, this is a girl that I used to like go to.
Now, Kwame is having a conversation with Brett. Now, what's interesting is I think where I was having some reservations was the conversation in the pool between Micah and Irina, and it's like she's laughing about the fact that he proposed, and then the very next second she makes a joke about him not. Like the level of disrespect is kamikaze. I can't lie to you. This girl, I don't know if it's the drink that gets into her that makes her very disrespectful or what, but the level of disrespect is different. Okay, it's different. You know. So yes, did Kwame play himself? Absolutely, absolutely played himself. Can't lie to you. Absolutely. I just want to play this part for ourselves.
I was gonna propose to Micah last night, and she goes, anyways.
And like, this is a girl that I used to like go to sleep thinking about, wake up thinking about. You meant a lot to me. Yeah. I meant a lot to you. Baby, what's up? Give me a little. When you're done with that conversation. Yeah.
Now, oh guys, this part here. Oh my freaking word! This part here. Oh, this part here. This part here. If I'm Chelsea,
why are you crying?
If I'm Chelsea, this part next that came up, this part here is an absolute madness. Okay, and they hadn't even finished the scene, and I knew what was going to happen already. I hadn't, when I watched it, I hadn't even finished watching the scene, and I said, I know exactly what's going to happen. Just as she's about to ask him, the other girl's going to ask him. Now, I thought, I'm not going to lie to you, he did well, because I thought he was going to cave in. Can't lie to you. I thought he was going to cave in, but he did well. He held on strong, right? But this part was a madness still, nonetheless. Okay?
Wake up thinking about. You meant a lot to me. Yeah. I meant a lot to you. Baby, what's up? Give me a little, when you're done with that conversation? Yeah. A little block and shit? Well, I got you. And it just ended. Like that, like instantly.
Mommy, me and Micah would love to give you the sauce and salt. Would you grab us some?
Oh, would you? That's great. You should get off of the floaty and get it yourself.
My boy came correct. So did you? Yeah, you can grab it yourself. Okay. All right. So I was just like, oh, hold on a minute. I said, hold on a minute. Your babes asked you something, right? And then you saw then Irina and Micah. Listen, let me tell you something, okay? Irina is someone, yeah. And I'm gonna focus on both Irina and Micah. Let me be real with you, right? Irina's mean, okay, and she's mean because her self-esteem is poor, right? But she needs Micah to be her anchor so she can be mean. What I mean by that is she lives off the energy Micah gives her, and when Micah dares her, it gives her the freedom to do this meanness. Do you get what I'm saying? Right? Nobody's asking you to go and say this to Kwame, to go and get him to get you a drink or whatever with shots. But Irina likes that aspect. She likes the fact that she's able to get a battery in her back from Micah, right? She uses Micah as her leverage to be mean. But the reality is, look, Irina can't do this on her own. She needs Micah to be able to do what she's doing. I used to think that Micah was the one that was controlling her. they influence each other, right? They influence each other, but the way they talk is quite similar, but it's not similar, right? So if Micah weren't there, Irina wouldn't be doing as much. I'm not saying that Micah's an issue. Irina's an issue on her own. She just needs Micah to be the base. I remember I told you guys about this. Like sometimes, like even for myself, like if you're going out and I want to move to some girls. If I'm with my guys, yo, my energy becomes times 10. I'm like, but I don't mind taking bullets. I see the same thing with Irina. It's almost like she doesn't mind being extra mean when she has her friend there. Right? So, yeah. So she does the most, even without Micah having to ask her to do so. All right. Now pause. I want to show you something. Okay. Now where Micah and Irina feed off each other, I want you to watch something. Okay. I want you to watch something. Okay. Let me just show you this. Okay. When Kwame tells Micah, you better get up and get it yourself, Micah takes it upon herself to now try and embarrass Kwame because of what he did to Micah. Because whatever happened to Micah is really happening to them. Okay. All right. So the reason why I believe Micah said what she said with the "you've had a failed proposal" is because of what Kwame said to them. And I'm going to show you how her body changes, right? The moment Kwame denies them, she gets Micah, the way her body language changes, she realizes, oh, is that what we're doing? And she goes to embarrass him because it's about power. Again, it's about power. This thing's about power, right? It's about power. So if you watch this, just watch this scene here. Watch what's going to happen.
Oh, would you? That's great. You should get off of the floaty and get it yourself.
Savage. Meanwhile, Tip is like chips and guac.
You see what happened there, right? So he said, no, you should get up and get it yourself. Really, who he was talking to, okay, was actually Irina, not Micah, Irina. But because he didn't say any specific names, Micah's also like, Micah took it in her powers away. Wait, hold on. I know he ain't talking to me like that because I know I can get him. You know what I mean? I know I can get him. So I don't know why I don't know why you having that energy. Because if I was to ask you, I know you wouldn't have that energy. So she needs to prove it now. These people are emotional. You know, some might call it bullies. I call it, this is an emotional F girl. This is an emotional F girl. Yeah, this is what it looks like. This is an emotional F girl. Yeah, emotional F girl. Yes, it was. Irene did ask as a test. She was trying to test him to see how subservient he would be. But the reality was, he showed her he didn't want it. And I'm going to show you something. The difference between Irina and Micah is Micah needs that person to stand up to her. Right? Micah needs Kwame to stand up to her. When they have their conversation one-to-one, there's some things that she says. I was like, oh, she wants him to stand up for him. She wants him to stand up to her. Right? She doesn't want to keep running over him. I'm not saying that this is going to make it work. I'm saying in the sense of she wants him to stand up to her. You get what I'm saying? Yeah? Okay. Let's play this a little bit more. Okay? So watch what happens.
Tiffany, were you gonna send tequila shots since Kwame is salty right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Since Kwame's salty right now, get them 2 tequila shots.
So now they're coming out of the water, yeah? So they've asked Tiffany to get the tequila shots. Now, why didn't they ask Brett then? When Kwame is standing right next to Brett, why didn't they ask Brett to grab them the tequila shots, but then ask Tiffany? Let me tell you why. Because Brett would not have this bullshit. Sorry, my French. Right? They know if they were to ask Brett to grab them, this might turn into something else. Right? They know that Brett wouldn't have it. right? So that's why they had to go to the next person, Tiffany. Now, that also intrigues me too. And it makes me think, and it may be more of a theory rather than actually being true. Was that the next best person that would be subservient to them? Right? Because, and I say this because Tiffany sat. I don't know how to say it, but Tiffany gives me the energy that this is someone who's a bit more passive. So it will be the next best person for me, personally. All right? She's the person with the least resistance. I don't know. I'm just saying, because they definitely weren't going to ask Brett. Okay? They definitely weren't going to ask Brett. Brett was not going to have it. Okay? So I think they asked Tiffany, not to be necessarily a bully, but they know she's the next best person that they can ask who would actually do what they wanted them to do. Right? I know some people might not like that, but you know, that's the energy she gives out, right? Because you know not to ask me, because you know I'm not gonna go. You know not to ask me, because I'll be looking at you like you're coaching there and you're sitting on the floor. So if you don't get up and get yourself. Okay. So now they're coming out the water. Now look at this, right? This is important. I mean, let's go. Let's look at this next part, right?
Why do you deny our shots?
Yeah, we haven't had shots yet.
Now, what the heck is going on here? Can I be honest with you? I'm the type, I'm not gonna lie to you. My brothers know me, yeah, you know me. I'm the type that in this moment, I'm gonna tell my boy, bro, what are we doing? Okay? In this moment, I'm gonna tell you, my boy, brother, what are we doing? Okay? Because the reason I'm going to tell my brother what are we doing is that I want him to know that me and you, brother, I'm with you, but I want to let you know I see what she's doing and I don't rock with it. I don't want you coming around me. Do you see what I'm saying? I don't want her coming around me. Do you know what I'm saying to you? So I'm going to let you know, hey, brother, I see her, you know. What are we doing? What are we doing? And the only reason I'm doing that is because I don't want her. Listen, a mess that when someone knows how they can play somebody, you have to be very careful that the person doesn't try to bring their mess onto you too. And I don't want I don't want your mess on me either. So I'm letting you know, listen, me, brother, I see your girl and your girl is moving kamikaze. Okay? Okay? Your girl's getting kamikaze. I want to let you know you already have a gal. You understand what I'm saying to you? And I don't want your mess coming onto me. I got a good thing going. I'm gonna come and mash up my thing. Okay? So the fact that she can come over there, start hugging him the way she did, that was my problem right there. Right? All right, cool. Continue.
Yeah. Oh my God. Like big time. Are we taking shots?
Yeah, no.
Oh.
The ones that you didn't bring us?
I didn't. Yeah, I know.
You can have mine.
Oh, look at you.
So the setup is right now is mad. The setup here is mad because they've just brought him over a shot. They brought him over a shot. Yeah? They brought him over a shot. So now this shot is about to be the great setup. Okay? Let's see where it goes.
I think your friend looks like.
Oh my God.
Hey. Wow, like you're such a good friend. Hey, Mike, where are you going, dude?
I shot for a failed proposal.
Failed proposal. Whoa.
Now, let me tell you something. See me, yeah. This is why I can't be in places where people embarrass me, because I told you, listen, see me, I'm a dark artist. You guys know me, yeah? But I'm always ready with the bars ready, just in case someone tries to make me look silly. You understand? I have my bars loaded. Like, it's a bad habit. But when people when I feel like I may be in a disadvantage, I start loading my bars ready. I start loading the ones that are going to be real deep, because I need to, just in case, I need to lock and load, come back with the shuriken, come back with the bomb. I need to, do you know what I mean? So if you're gonna see me, yeah, in this moment when you drop that bar to me, and I'm not with you, you're not my girl. In this moment, I'm going to embarrass you. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I know. Okay, I know. Listen, I know I shouldn't do this. It's not Christ-like. It's not Christ-like. I know. I'm trying to change, but let me be honest with you. You get me in this moment and you do this in front of people, I promise you, I'm going to ruin your life. I'm not about to be nice after this. I'm going to show you passive aggressiveness, and I'm going to show you how to insult people properly. See me, I'm going to set you up from now on here. I'm going to be nice, nasty. I'm going to start plotting your downfall. Okay, I'm gonna start thinking how it's gonna be law-abiding citizen in a relationship setup. Because me, yeah, I don't play the games of embarrassment. Me, I'm going to go and get us another round of shots, and I'm gonna reload what we're celebrating. Okay, I'm gonna reload what we're celebrating, because we're gonna celebrate something else. Okay, this is for the person who's a bit of a beep. Let's drink to that. You know, I'm gonna start. Listen, let's put in the drinks for the person who's got the wig. I'm gonna say some madness, bro. Okay, I'm gonna say some madness. It's just me. You know what I mean? It's just me. I can't. You know. What are you talking about, Tough Cookie T? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? I have no clue what you're talking about. Which Miss Ray lady you talking about? Are you talking about Melanie King? If you're talking about Melanie King, we're completely in two different places we're talking about. This is why I know you don't understand warfare and how I am. Listen, I didn't say every situation. This situation is not a Christ-like situation. In that situation with Melanie King, we're having a Christ conversation. I'm not about to start embarrassing you to try and prove the point that I told you can't be doing. That makes no sense. Do you get what I'm saying? If I already told Melanie King the way she behaved was inappropriate, then to do the very same behavior that I said she shouldn't do, that makes no sense. This is a different situation, a different context. We're not talking about Christ, and we're not talking about anything like that. We're talking about relationship, romantic sense, where now I'm in the midst of company and you're coming to embarrass me in front of that company. It's not the same as Melanie King. All right. So I'm going to need you to chill, and I'm going to leave it at that for you, because clearly you don't know what you're talking about. You're trying to say something, but you ain't got nothing to say. Okay. Don't let me test the theory right now. Okay. All right. Thank you very much. We appreciate Tough Cookie, because you're not that tough of a cookie. Okay. This is where the cookie crumbles. I'm going to need you to relax. Okay, darling. Let the cookie crumble. Okay. Take a little seat. All right. So back to what I was saying. All right. So in this particular situation, all right. In this particular situation, the girl has embarrassed him with the shots. And like I said, me personally, based on my own experience, I told you guys, when this happened to me, I went low. I went into the bar of hell. I dropped the bar into hell, and he used that as a pull-up bar when it happened to me. I told you guys when I was this is years ago, and so I was at a party, and we're all sitting around a table, and there was like 15 of us sitting around the table, just chilling, vibes and everything like that, right? And they were the girl that I knew, all right, the girl that I knew came in and was like trying to embarrass me in front of the whole crowd. And I was so confused as to why she's trying to choose me to embarrass me today. I'm like, blood. And so she was saying to the crowd, oh, Coach is only here because he likes me, blah, 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 blah. Now, you see me, when I go low, I go low. Okay, I don't like to go low, so I tried not to go low. Okay, I tried not to go low. So when she said to me and said to the group, "Oh, he's only here because he likes me and he wants me," rah 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 rah. I said, "Oh, is that what we're doing?" So I was like, "Wait." I said, "Wait. The only reason why I'm here today is because you invited me here. Number one. Number two, I have the text messages to prove this. Number three, you have a man. I don't have a girl. And I'm here. And you're telling people that I like you. That's why I'm here. Where am I sleeping tonight? Okay, my bad. Where was I sleeping tonight? Because obviously I'm not going to sleep in the same place now, because once I've outed you, I can't sleep in the same place I was before. The room just goes silent. See me, when I go low, I want to go low. I don't like going low. Okay? I don't like going low. Because when you go low like that, everybody loses. Everybody loses. I don't like this kind of behavior from Micah. I really don't. I don't think it's necessary to do that. But she was trying to show Kwame that she has the power in her relationship with him. Now she believes that because Kwame likes her so much, whatever she says to him, he will have to just deal. Okay? Micah believes that whatever she says to Kwame, he will just have to deal, because the way that he likes her, oh, she has the power. This is what happens when you like a woman too much. When you love them more, this is what happens. Man, them don't love these chicks more. Okay? All right? Let's love them equally. Because when you love them more, this is what happens. They take you and they squeeze. Okay? They squeeze. And that's what happened to this brother here. He got squeezed. Look at this.
Woo. I'm just kidding. He's salty.
Kwame, come here.
Now, at this point, let me tell you something, yeah? In reality, you can't let people dog you like this. I'm going to be honest with you, yeah? Of course, there's a time and a season. No, of course, there's a time and a season for everything. But you can't let someone squeeze you like this in public. You have to let her know, don't you ever in your life think you can talk to me like that again. Don't you ever in your life think you can talk to me like that again. Let me tell you something. I may have failed in my proposal, but man's not a dickhead. Don't ever think you can run joke on me like that again. You understand what I'm saying to you? Yeah? Me and you are not akin. I've chosen Chelsea. It is what it is. I liked you. I did love you, but you're never going to run game on me again. Do you hear what I'm saying to you? Yeah? Don't ever. That ain't funny. That ain't no joke to me, and I don't appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? And when she said, oh, see your tone, don't ever police my tone when I'm annoyed. I'm not about it. Don't play those games with me. See, like, because you have to show that person that you're not a dickhead. Right? You have to. There's maybe this is a London thing. You know, when you're a Londoner, listen, when you're a Londoner, there's some things that something snaps in you. You know, something snaps in you. When you're especially when you're from the city, we have a way of doing things, Londoners, like, you know, that the way the speech pattern changes. You know, like I'm normal, I'm talking, and it's like when you try to fold me up like a piece of paper, are you dumb? Don't ever think you can do that in your life. Are you stupid? You're nuts. Don't take me for a mug. I don't play them games around here. Like the snap that happens in your brain, everybody becomes gangster. Like, yo, I'm telling you. So unfortunately, you know, that check, he needed to do it right there and then, but he decided to walk off. When you walk off, yeah, it gives that unfortunately in a situation when he walked off, right? And listen, we're talking about checking somebody, not fighting somebody. So I don't want anyone to get confused, because, you know, some people outside might get confused. What checking somebody, letting them know that this ain't what you're going to accept. Right? He had to do that in front of them. You see, when he first did it, they tested his resolve. When they said, "Oh, yeah, you know, he said, "Oh, you know, get us the drink," And when he decided to say, you can get off the mat, you can get off the waterbed and get it yourself, they was like, oh, you decided to get a little bit of bread. Oh, you decided to get a little bit of balls. Okay, let's test it. Let's see how much balls you do have. Let's see how much kahunas you really do have. All right, let's go. Let's see what you got. And then they came up to him, and then they did what they did with the shot, right? Planned it, got him. Now, what are you going to do in this next moment? Right? What are you going to do? Let me tell you something. I don't care how fine you are. In that moment, I cannot take embarrassment. I can't. I'm going to go low. Okay? I'm going to go low, and not just my tone and not my volume. I'm going to go low in what I'm about to hit. Because in that moment, I need to let you know that, listen, I've been nice. I'm going to get nasty if I need to. I don't care. You can call me whatever names you want underneath the sun. But let me let you just know. I remember, listen. I remember one girl. Hey, listen, when you're in uni, we have a lot of these situations when you're 18. We'll go to like you guys college, whatever, university. I remember one time there was one girl. Her name was let me not say her name, but this girl, her name began with a C. I was in Leicester, and I was at my boy's uni, right? And we had a party. Okay, we had a party, and she got a bit drunk or whatever, right? She got a bit drunk or whatever, and then she had a food fight with one of the guys who lived there, and was throwing cake all around the house, white walls and everything. And I said to her, "What the hell are you doing? Like, what is your issue? Like, do you know what I mean?" That was our first encounter. We had a little bit of an argument, nothing else. The second time we had an argument was she took the last of the rice. Listen, we had cooked rice. My boy had cooked rice and peas. I hadn't eaten. I didn't have anything all night. I helped serve and make sure everybody was good, everything. So I was looking forward to eating the next morning. Just eating in the morning. I come there. This girl was drunk as heck in the morning, and she's taking the last of the food. This girl's been yamming already, blood. Right? So I see her. I said, "Listen, look, I haven't eaten. I beg you to let me have this plate." She's like, "No. I'm gonna take this. I'm not about to fight you over food. I'm not about to fight a girl over food. Take what you want." All right, she takes it. She gets up to the top of the stairs and drops all the food in front of her door. All the food. I looked at her and I said, "All right, cool." Our third encounter. We had a night where we had like bare people around the house, and it was a conversation. We had a conversation, and she's from the Caribbean. Now, if you know anything about Caribbeans and Africans, you know what can happen sometimes. Conversation can get into Africans versus Caribbeans. Yeah. Now, everybody was being respectful with the way they were joking about each other, but she decided to take it one step further, and she was genuinely serious about how she felt about Africans. And some of the Africans were like, where are you coming from? Where's this attitude coming from? Like, yo, you're not running that game with us. Like, stop that nonsense. Right? So she just has a bad attitude. We've seen her have a bad attitude, right? So one night we're walking as a group to go out raving and clubbing. And she holds on to me, right? And I'm in my head, I'm like, I should just let this chick fall and get my ass off of her, man. Do you know what I'm saying? Right? But I'm like, all right, let me not do that. Okay. So we're holding on and we're having a good conversation. I'm like, oh, okay, this person. And she starts telling me about her life. I'm like, oh, okay, there's something deeper here. There actually is some depth here. She's not just this mean girl who's pretty. And let me tell you something. She's really pretty. I can't lie to you. She's really pretty. I mean, she was really pretty. Okay. And I can't hate on that. Right. So we end up having a conversation, and I'm like, okay, maybe she's not as bad as I think she is, right? Then that end of that night, she must have been getting rude to one of my guys, right? She was getting rude to one of my guys. Now, by the way, I was young, guys, so don't put me. She was getting rude to one of my guys, who wasn't even there. She was cussing him, and saying how bad he was, blah, 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 blah. And I just told her, listen, I beg you shut up. We're in a taxi. And I said, I beg you just shut up. Like, you're talking too much. You're saying all these things you don't really know. You're now cussing him. You had the opportunity to say this to his face. He was there. You could have said it to his face. You didn't. You waited till we get into the taxi, and now you're talking, right? All right, cool. So now, the situation, right? We get to the perimeter of the house where we're staying. This girl is still running her mouth. Okay, I mean, I'm being, and I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not proud of this moment, guys. This is part I wasn't proud of. I'll be honest with you. I said to her, listen, and she's still running her mouth, telling me to shut the f up, telling me to f off, blah blah blah. And I said to her, listen, if you don't shut up, these chicken wings and this mayo is going into your hair and your face. I'm just gonna rub it in your face. Okay, just gonna let you know, because you're pissing me off right now. I cannot take any more. I've had it all night. Let me tell you this now. You're gonna get these chicken wings, and I'm gonna waste my good hot chicken wings with mayo and ketchup, and it's going in your hair and it's going in your face. I know. Don't play with me. Stop it. Right. So now, she's like, I don't give a f. I don't care. Try and see what happens. Psh, mayo, ketchup on her face. Right. Boom. With the wings. I'm so angry because those wings were so sexy that day as well. So my boy gets involved and he's like, bro, I'm like, bro, listen, you've had all night to check this girl. You ain't checked her. She's been moving mad, fam. I don't play these games, bro. I'm tired of the nonsense, fam. We've had 4 run-ins in the last couple of weeks already, bro. It don't make sense. What's wrong with her? What's her attitude like this for? As my boy is holding me, I know the sound just went. So as my boy is holding me, she comes from behind him and fully decks me in my face. I said, what the frick? Sorry, I tell a lie. Apologies. Pause. Sorry. Rewind. When I put the mayo and the wings and the chips on her head, she took her mayo and chips and dashed it at me. That's what got me. I said, are you all right? You're dashing your mayo and chips at me. So now we both got mayo and chicken and chips all over ourselves. Yeah? I said, are you right? My boy gets this and like, bro, allow it, leave it alone. So he pulls me away. I'm like, all right, let's see. Okay, all right, cool. As obviously my boy's holding me, okay, she comes from behind him, boom, decks me in my face. So I get a clean punch because I'm facing this way, but he's facing that way. So he can't see her coming from behind. So boom, decks me in my face. I'm like, wait, what? I said, listen, you're going in the river tonight. What's going on? Do not take me for a mug. You're going in the river tonight. You're going in the Channel River. Because clearly you don't want to, nah. My boys hold me back. I don't really want to break. I want him to hold me back. I don't want to be breaking free. I don't want to have to put her in the river. I don't want to do something I shouldn't do. So, you know what I mean? I don't want to do that. Okay. All right. So I don't want to be involved in that. Okay. So obviously now, comes behind again, and blood. As I'm standing with him, I'm like, bro, I'm trying to calm down, but she's pissing me off. I get decked in the face a second time. I said, brother, if you don't get off of me, bro, I'm gonna get her into the river. Okay, I'm gonna get into the river. Okay, I'm gonna get her into the river. I'm gonna put her into the river. Okay, because fam, what is going on? You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right, cool. So obviously the end of the night, we're screaming and shouting, and back and whatever. And then I get home, and then we sleep it off, innit? We sleep it off. We sleep it off and stuff. And you know, we sleep it off and everything. And then the next morning, we get into a mad argument. Okay, we get into a mad argument. So we get into a mad argument, okay, about a situation. Me and my boy are talking, and I said to him, bro, listen, I'm not about to have this situation with her again, brother. You know what I mean? I'm not about to have a situation with her, brother. I need to talk to her, brother, let her know, brother. You understand what I'm saying to you, bro? Yeah? So now, obviously, this girl comes in. Listen, I've told you, at 18, I'm a different guy. You guys should know. At 18, I'm a different kind of guy. I've told you, When you go low, I go low. So at 18, I told you guys I'm low. I'm not gonna try and say I was right. I don't need to prove that I was right. Whether I was provoked or not makes no difference to me. I know I was wrong. I have no problem saying I was wrong. I was wrong. You know what I mean? So this is me being wrong, and I understand I was wrong. You know what I mean? Yeah. But you're never gonna deck me twice in my face. That's nonsense, right? Don't need to. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, you know, so obviously now, we get into it. The next, I think it might be the next day. The next day, we get into this. Me and her meet. Yeah, me and her meet, and we're trying to, my boy is there. We're trying to have a civilized conversation now, right? He says, oh, you know, I said to her, listen, I apologize. I put the food in your hair. You know what I'm saying? I put the food in your hair, and you know, I admit I shouldn't have done that. You know what I'm saying? That was my bad. You know what I mean? Like, irrespective of whether I felt like you were disrespectful, you know, yeah, I can get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. I ain't mad at it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it happened, innit? But let me let you know this now. You can never punch me in the face twice again. No. Because, listen, I get it. I threw my chips. You threw your chips. We could have called it quits. But when you deck me in my face twice, what are you trying to say? I don't even deck man. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, all right, cool. So we're calling it now. My boy's now being the adjudicator. You know what I'm saying? I never said the story was gonna prove that I was a good guy. Please, guys, I told you this story wasn't to tell you that I was being good. This is a story to tell you, listen, I do things badly, but you know, this can happen. You know what I mean? All right. So obviously now, obviously we're talking on the table. Honestly, African, I really don't care. You're actually right. I don't really care. So obviously now we're talking at a table, and we've kept it calm. I can't remember what happens. We get into an argument. Something stupid happens, and we get into an argument on the table again. I don't know what she said, I said, or whatever. You know what I mean? And in that moment, we're in a mad argument. What's happening? And I just said to her, listen, I'm going to be honest with you. You are the baddest girl around here, but you are so ugly within. It don't make sense. I said to her, listen, you're the baddest chick here, but you're ugly within. You know what I'm saying? You're ugly within. So I'm like, brother, I said to her, listen, look, you can be as fine as you want, but you're ugly within. This girl starts raging. I'm like, what do you want me to do? What do you want to say? You're meant to be the finest babe around here, but you're ugly within. What else? You're dark inside. You're empty. You're missing something. Because every time we see you, there's always a beef. There's always something. You're always cussing somebody. Always saying something about somebody. Doops. Do you get me? Listen. Yo, this girl, the way I felt bad because this is the only time I was expecting her to come back with something. Like, give me something, boom, like, cuss me out or something. This time, she was like, and you know when you see you've hurt someone deep, I must have said something that maybe someone said before, whatever, innit? So at that point, I was like, oh, maybe I touched a sign. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Woo, okay. Okay, I might have said something a bit too far, innit? So I said to my boy, I said, bro, I don't know. Did I say something too far, bro? He's like, bro, listen, I don't know, bro, but this girl looks like she's really hurt. You hear me? Look, sometimes when you go low, you go low. You know what I mean? Like I was gonna find the weakness eventually. You understand? Yeah. I'm not telling you to be in a this is the appropriate way to go. Listen, I'm not saying it's the right way to go. You know what I mean? I'm not saying it's the right play, the right behavior. I was 18, I was young, I was brash, I was silly, you know what I mean? You know, I've learned my ways, it's not the way to go. You know what I'm saying? You know, I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like we grew up in a different environment and different time those days. You feel me? But yeah, you know what I mean? So and I wasn't after her. I wasn't trying to get with her at all. What happens is I don't like people being disrespectful. And I don't like I don't like other people being disrespected. You feel me? So I start taking on everyone's, you know what I mean? I start taking on everyone's things. You know what I mean? So I start taking on everyone. So I'm like, you disrespect that person. You disrespect that person. You disrespect that person. You know what I mean? So it's like, I take it on and I get vexed. And I'm vexed more about the fact you disrespect the other people as well too. So I'm just like, all right, cool. You know? I'm saying. So listen, I was young. You know what I mean? We know better now. We know better now. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it is what it is. You feel what I'm saying? The criminal Morgan's, it's nowhere near Morgan's near gate. Nowhere near. It's not even close. Because the person actually got into my face as well. And I said, I'll dash my chips at you. So it's nowhere near to the near gate. I don't think we can compare the two. But is it toxic? Yeah. Is it toxic? Yeah. But it's nowhere near near gate. It's not near gate. But is it toxic? Yeah. If you want to call it toxic, I think not even toxic. Is it bad to do what I did? Yes. I would agree. I would never say that's the right way to go about things. You know what I mean? We never want to go about that way. And I don't encourage anyone to go that way at all. You know what I mean? I don't encourage anyone to go that way, which is why I'm saying to you, I know exactly what it is to be like. You know what I'm saying? It's not the way to go about the things. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can tell you straight, not my proudest moment. I'm not trying to justify the thing by saying this is why he did what he did. It's the wrong thing to do. Do you know what I'm saying? Absolutely the wrong thing to do. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man, it was tight, man. It was tight, you know. Sometimes you do stuff and you're like, yo, they don't come out the way you want it to come out. But this is what happens when you do. This is what happens when you do dark arts. You can take it too far. That's the problem with doing dark arts. You can take it too far. You know what I mean? You can take it too far. Sometimes you can get so involved in your dark arts, trying to prove to the other person, you know what it is. Do you see what I'm saying? You know what it is. And then you can end up going too far. That day, I went too far, man. You know what I mean? Never went there again. But, you know, yeah, you should never take it that far. You should never allow yourself to get that far. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, it was a crazy time in those times. You know what I'm saying? It was a crazy time in those times. Yeah, man. You know, no, that's all right, darling. Don't worry, man. Listen, it's okay. I get why some of the ladies are feeling the way they feel. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm not vexed at the fact that it's like that. You know, I'm not vexed. I'm not annoyed. I understand where the ladies are. Why they feel that way. You know, I get what they're saying. You know what I mean? I'm not mad at it. You know, I understand where they're coming from. So don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. They have to say what they have to say. Do you feel me? Again, I want to put it out there. I don't agree with this behavior. This is not the way to go. Do you see what I'm saying to you? It's not the way to go. I don't want anyone to get to a place where they get so frustrated that they have to act out physically. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Like, it should never be that case. We don't want anyone to get to that place. And that's what happens when dark art, sometimes you can get it too much. You can go to a place. You get me? Yeah. So, I mean, she had ketchup and thing in her hair, but next time we won't do that again. You know what I'm saying? And we haven't. That's when I was 18. It was young, stilly. But yeah, so listen, back to what I was saying about the situation. It has a little reminiscence. Listen, sometimes I tell you guys the stories, you know what I mean? And sometimes I'm the good guy. Sometimes I'm the bad guy. Would you trust me if every story I took out there was a good guy? I don't think you should trust me. If every story I tell you I'm a hero, I would be concerned. Sometimes I'm the villain, guys. I can't lie to you. Sometimes I am the villain, and I have to be truthful about that. But back onto what I was saying about Kwame and Micah. In that moment, he should have let her know, though. You know what I mean? Like, don't go and throw chicken and chips at her head top. Don't throw the shot glass at her head. Don't pour a drink over her head. You know what I mean? Don't have to do any of those physical actions, but you can tell her where to stick it. You know what I mean? Yeah? You can tell her where to stick it. You know what I'm saying to you? Yeah? So you can let her know, listen, it's not me you're doing that to. No. Sorry, it's not me you're doing that to. So what we're not gonna do is have this kind of conversation in front of everybody else where you're disrespecting me and you're saying what you're saying. Okay, all right. So let's not do that. Yeah, like we're not trying to hear that right now. You feel what I'm saying to you? Yeah. So that's what he should have done, but he didn't do that. He ran off, and when he ran off, he gave her even more power. Let's have a look.
I do not like guys like that. I'm like, dude, chill. You are salty as fuck.
Yo, can I talk to you for a sec?
Yeah.
All right.
I'll get one of those as well.
Now the good part about this was, right, this starts off really good. This starts off really, really good. Okay. All right. It starts off really, really good. Okay. So it starts off really well. He goes away, he comes back, and he pulls her for a chat. This is really good, right? Because he's now taking initiative. He's been assertive. He's pulling her aside. Now, I wish he had done it in front of the other guys, but he wants to do it. He wants to do it away from the people. All right, cool. All right, same. That's all right. You know, let's have a look at that, right? Okay, let's go from there. All right. So now the situation. Now the situation is he has to pull her aside and have a conversation, you know, and have a conversation. Now he wants to check her. Okay, he wants to check her, right? He wants to check her and let her know exactly what it is. Okay. So in this moment, instead of actually holding to the fire and like staying true to his point and staying true to, you know, his side of things, he doesn't. You know, he doesn't. Okay. So let's have a look. What happens? Oh, did it play? Oh, you ain't gonna play. Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. Come on now. We just need you to play a little bit. Hold on, guys. Okay.
Yo, can I talk to you for a sec?
Yeah.
All right.
I'll get one of those as well.
They're gonna give me a copyright strike. Oh, sorry, apologies, guys. There we go. Okay. So I'm gonna show you in a second, guys. All right. Okay. So now, okay. Whoo, this is so interesting. Okay. They sit down, and her immediate the way she sits down is so interesting. Okay, it's so interesting, right? Look at this part. Let's look at this.
Dude,
Are you
hold on.
Oh,
Real quick.
for that comment?
Yes.
okay.
Feel
Really fucked up.
You should.
Like, why did you say that?
First of all, take it down a notch because how I am is never malicious. And you know,
Now, when she said take it down a notch, old girl was trying to set pace with him. Like, she tried to let him know what you're not going to do is correct me. Okay? Well, it's like you're not going to set pace with me. You're not going to let me know what it is. Right? You're not going to let me know what it is. Okay? And so interesting enough here, she says that pipe it down, take it down a notch, because you're doing a little bit too much talking and verbals. Okay? So in this point here, he really could have just been like, listen, look, let's not police me. I'm keeping it calm, you know, because this, it felt like, it almost felt a little bit like when you're in the office and you're dealing with white folk and Karen, thank you, AW. That's exactly what I was thinking. It was giving Karen vibes. It's like in that moment, you're giving Karen vibes. You want me to what? You want me to pipe down for what? I wasn't even shouting. I wasn't doing anything. And that it's almost like you're aggressive for even just bringing this point up. All right. So now, and now we're in a situation where, you know, you're now allowing her to set the pace of the conversation. Okay. Right. So in this moment, right, he's lost the battle. Go, listen, you're not going to tell me what tone I'm taking. I'm not even being loud. What we're not going to do is do that. Or we're not going to do that. So either we're going to have this conversation or not. I don't mind leaving this conversation. I'm doing this out of a courtesy and respect for you, and I don't want to be disrespectful. But now you're trying to police me on my tone, and I'm frustrated by what you're saying, and now you want to police me on my tone. Do you know what I'm saying? Right? So what we're not doing is we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. We're not going to police my tone. Okay? We're not going to do that either. Okay? But she knows she can do that because he's given her that much power already.
I'm trying
You
to.
think I'm someone that's malicious?
That is really
It
fucked
felt
up.
Why does internet keep moving mad?
like a jab.
It felt
A jab.
to a failed proposal. Like, dude, come on, dude. That is not okay.
I thought it'd be funny.
I didn't appreciate that.
I care about you. Like I told you that from the minute I saw you. I was like, Kwame. So I would never say something.
So now she tries to bring it back. That's now she tries to play the whole cute vibe with it, man. Do you know what I mean? And I'm like, yo, now you're trying to drop the whole cute vibe situation on this particular thing. It's like, wait, hold on a minute. Why are you dropping the cute vibe? But she knows exactly what she did. She knows how to win him back over. And I think this is quite interesting that they tried to win him back over here in these instances because, she knows how to wield her weapon of manipulation, which is why you had to let her know what he should have done. But because he wanted her so much, he allowed himself to be manipulated in a situation. Because as soon as she started doing the whole hey, stop, don't touch me. Let me get I need to say out. Let the person know. Because it's again, this is if you're gonna talk to her, you have to let her know that, hey, okay, stop. Let's not do that. Do you see what I'm saying to you? So he lets her know, like, yo, I'm not about to play that game. You feel what I'm saying?
Negative towards you.
Don't make jokes like you did. Like that.
I do apologize for that.
Fucked up.
Because
It's not like I still care about you. I do.
How you feeling?
So obviously, he said, that he cares about her, everything, and that's fair. You can say that. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with him saying that he cares. He's, you know what? I get it. You do care about her, and that's not a problem at all. That's not a problem at all. So, I think what's really important about this is that, you're allowed to say that you care about her. I'm not saying that you can't. What I'm saying is get what you need to get off your chest first. Let her know that's not what it is. You know what I'm saying? Let her know that's not what it is. Okay. All right. So just to say, hey, look, I've got to get this out. Like, don't do all of that stuff. Because remember, the opposite is when you're in a relationship, okay, that's what you should be doing. Not necessarily manipulating, but using your feminine wiles in this particular way to draw the man to make him move the way you want him to move. Not just giving it, you know what I mean? Like, but that's what you do when you're in a relationship. You use some of your feminine wiles to kind of calm the situation down. But in this situation, I don't think it was necessarily hyped. And two, you got to let her know that you've actually got to discuss something very, very important. Now, of course, this is her way of finessing him in this sense, right? She played him and got Chelsea all angry.
go back to who we are as ourselves.
Yeah.
With other people involved.
Okay.
Me and you are very open with each other.
Yeah.
I mean, I found love for you through a pod. We did feel so strongly about each other. How I felt with you was so genuine. I remember on the first day I walked out of there and I was like, Kwame.
It's at this point that I said this brother is lost in the sauce. Brother's lost in the sauce, bro. Lost in the sauce, bro. I told you, listen, sometimes you have to have shame. Sometimes your pride, you have to have shame in it. Okay? You have to have shame in it. Okay, you have to have shame in your pride. Sometimes your pride should be like, listen, I can't take shame. I can't take shame. I'm sorry. Look, I'm sorry, but nah, can't have it. But now brother's here like this, cheesing away, bro. Cheesing away, kids. She's got you locked and she's got you loaded and she has your number. She's got it finished, bro. Where you going? Nowhere. Okay? And she knows this, right? I'm not saying that she doesn't care about him at all, by the way. I'm not saying that she doesn't care about him at all. I'm just saying that she knows that she can manipulate him. That's what I'm saying. I think she does care about him, but I think she's manipulating him.
Like in your heart, and love for you as your family, and love for you as a person, yes. It was absolutely genuine.
And then the more they're talking, the more his mind is getting scrubbed up. You understand? The more she's talking, the more his mind is getting collude. Broski. The more he talks, the more his mind is getting collude. Okay? So, look, sometimes pride is good, you know? Sometimes the ability to feel some shame is good because it stops you from being in situations that you're like, I can't do this again. Now, listen, I told you, I've been in situations where someone has taken me for dickhead. For dickhead. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Yeah? For dickhead. Someone has, you know what I mean? I've been in a situation where in a relationship where the person took me for an idiot. What could I do? What could I do? Okay? What could I do? Nothing. You know what I mean? Nothing. Because I had no shame at that point. I had none shame. And the person embarrassed me. Proper things. Yeah? That sits as a monument on my heart every day to remind me, have shame and have dignity and have pride. There are some things that you should not go and beg and crawl for. Let your shame and your dignity and your pride be what speaks for you. Because otherwise you end up in situations like this and people are mugging you all off, bruv. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, yeah, that was political. That situation. And the situation with him and Chelsea and Micah, it got borderline disrespectful because he had a second conversation. And I know it's tough because you know you care about this person, but you having a second conversation, you've got to make yourself strong. You've got to almost say to yourself, I know I want to see her and talk to her, but I can't do it. I can't do it. Can't get taken for some idiot. Can't take me for some idiot, boy. Like, you understand? You can't take me for some idiot. Yeah? Yeah. So you can't do that to me. You know what I mean? Okay. So, but we've all been there where we've been silly and we have allowed ourselves to be played in a particular way. You know what I mean? Like, and it's nuts. Like, don't have some shame, have some pride, have some dignity. Okay? Have some shame, have some pride, have some dignity. Okay, yeah. So let's move it on because there's another person. I want to quickly talk about Irina. In fact, let me talk about Marshall and Jackelina. I'll end on Irina and Thingy as well. Now, before I finish on Jackelina and Marshall, let me just address this comment as well. I think it was a good comment to make, and I want to address it. I think it was a good comment, and just to kind of clear it up. And it was a good conversation. It was said, I think last night I was watching a live that if Mel was a regular looking black woman, the conversation would have gone so differently. So I want to just address this because I did a live yesterday with Melanie King. And somebody, I do appreciate his comment. And they felt like the conversation would have gone differently. And I just want to say this. The conversation wouldn't have gone any more different. It was never about how good looking Melanie King was. The whole entire premise of what I was doing was playing almost dumb and playing like I couldn't do anything so that I can get as much information as I need to get out. Ironically, I did the exact same thing with Anton Daniels as well. It's got nothing to do with how good looking a girl is. I know there's an assumption to make that, and I can understand where the assumption is coming from, but I want to make it very clear. It's got nothing to do with how good looking she is. The reality is I wanted to get information and I wanted to be able to talk in a particular way because it wasn't my platform. Now, the same thing I did with Anton Daniels when I went on to his platform, I was very respectful in the way that I spoke to him, and he insulted me at points. He linked me to Kayla at one point, did this to me, and I was like, no, that's not what happened. So it's not about how pretty Melanie King was as to why I didn't talk up or try to embarrass her or move mad or anything like that. The same thing I did with Anton Daniels as well. Is that I understand that I'm on someone else's platform, and the way you warfare, it's not the same way that I'd warfare on my own platform. So I understand what you're saying, but on my platform, I can do whatever I want to do. On their platform, I cannot. I don't win that way, and I don't actually win any supporters that way either by doing that. So there's a reason why I didn't go hard or whatever. But when I came onto my own platform, you saw how hard I went. You know what I mean? I can go harder on my own platform. Can't do that when I'm on someone else's platform. I have to be respectful, because it doesn't look good when you go on someone else's platform and you're disrespectful. You know what I'm saying to you? So that's the only reason why I didn't do that. It's nothing to do with how pretty she was. Look, and the reason why I wanted to address it also is because, first and foremost, to say that if Mel was a regular looking black woman, I mean, listen, just because she's an attractive woman doesn't mean I won't do my job. You know what I mean? Doesn't mean I won't do my job. I'm gonna still do my job. You know what I mean? I'm gonna still do my job. But I appreciate the comment, because, like I said, I wanted just to clear it up. It's a good comment to make, and I get it, but I want to clear it up. That's not the reason why. You know, as well. But let's get on back onto task. We're talking about, you know, onto you know, situation as well. Sandria, it wasn't that at all though, because I did the exact same thing with Anton Daniels. It wasn't that. If you're gonna hold me accountable, hold it in this way. It was Anton Daniels. You know what I mean? I did the exact same thing. I referenced her beauty maybe 3 or 4 times towards the end, after already slicing her and dicing her with the word of God. See, I think it's unfair to put that judgment on me when you watch the live for almost 2 hours, and I mentioned her beauty in about the middle section of the actual video and not the beginning. And yet when I was doing my own review, you saw how hard I went on her about the review. Do you see what I'm saying to you? So I don't think that's a fair analysis to be making when I use the exact same way that I did with Anton Daniels. I did the exact same thing. I went onto his particular platform and I behaved the exact same way. Do you know what I'm saying to you? So if you're going to be fair to me, which I would like you to be, I would like you to hold me accountable to the same behavior that I had when I went on someone else's platform. When I went onto that platform, how did I behave myself? Did I conduct myself in a particular way that was different to how I did it with Melanie King? Or did I do the exact same thing? You know what I'm saying? So I'm just asking you to hold me accountable in the exact same way. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying to you, if you're going to do that, compare me to how I went onto somebody else's platform that was also black. How did I handle the manosphere people in a particular way? You know what I mean? So, you know, that's all. You know what I mean? You know, so that's what I'm saying to you guys. Like, that's all. Just hold me accountable in that particular way, but be fair to me. It was a 2-hour live, and I mentioned her beauty 3 or 4 times towards the end of the live. You know what I mean? So, you know, that's what I'm saying to you. Be fair to me, and that's fair. You know, that's all. So I appreciate you guys. All right, Marshall, Jackelina, here is why. Listen, I actually really like Marshall and Jackelina. I'm just a little bit concerned, just a little bit. Okay, just a little bit. Okay, you know, just a little bit. You know, being concerned. You know what I'm saying? Just a little bit concerned. Okay, and so I was watching them, and I was seeing how Jackelina, you know, with Jackelina and Marshall, and I loved the fact that there was a moment. I want to get to it. It's a beautiful moment. I loved their conversation, but there's just a part that just was like, ooh. I was just like a little bit like, ooh. You know, I was just like a little bit like, ooh. But I loved seeing them together. I love the energy. I love the potential of what it could be. I think I'm more in love with the potential than it actually is. Okay, I'm in love with the potential more than what it actually is. Let me get to my notes. Where is it? Okay. Okay, cool. Yeah, I got the particular thing, so I want to bring it to you guys. I was like, I said, wait, I love the way, I love to see. And I was like, yo, I said,
I'm not worried about you at all. I'm really not. I'm worried about me. Because I go back home, and it could be like a flip of a switch, or I can go back to how I used to be. And I don't want to do that because you don't deserve that.
We'll be fine. I'm not worried about it.
I hope.
Now, at this point, here's my thing. Okay, here's my thing. I love the fact he's willing to support her in this situation. Okay, but let me be very real with you. Okay, when she started saying, I'm the problem here. I'm the problem here. I'm the one that's going to be an issue. I can see, you know what I mean? I started saying, when someone starts saying that, you need to be very careful. And oftentimes it's these type of situations where there's a I'm going to say nice guy. Okay. I'm going to say nice guy. I don't want to say good guy just yet, but also let me not say nice guy just yet. I want to say so far I have an impression it may be nice guy, but I don't want to say that just yet because we need to see more scenes of him. But it's giving the impression of a nice guy rather than a good guy. And the reason why I say that is because the way he talks about certain situations, it almost reminds me of when you fall in love for the first time. You almost you're saying all these grand things about the person. You're willing to cover things that you don't need to cover. You're willing to deal with things you don't need to deal with just because you want to love them and them to love you. And so I was a little bit concerned by that. But look, in this scene here, he's letting her know, listen, you got time with me. I'm be patient with you. I'm here with you. I'm gonna hold it down with you. I wasn't too fussed about this. Okay, I wasn't too fussed about this particular part, but I put a marker on it by saying, okay.
Just in your head about it.
Like all the time I'm in my head. I just don't want to push you away.
You won't. You won't. No one is perfect. We have to rely on each other to get us through those imperfections. Remember what you always used to tell me. Just give yourself grace.
I know.
Just like you tell me to give myself grace. You'll be fine.
There's something that I need.
See, okay, so it's going to get to part of the conversation now. She starts saying, you're something that I actually need. And I started saying, this girl is trying to convince herself. She's trying to convince herself. And this makes sense as to why she struggled with the Josh and the Marshall situation in the first place. So she's now telling us she needs him. Not that she even wants him. She needs him. Why does she need him? Because she knows that her own behavior is not in alignment with the way he is. She can see he's emotionally intelligent. He's emotionally mature. She isn't there yet. Okay? She isn't there yet. Okay? So she doesn't feel like that just yet. Okay? So in this particular moment, it was very difficult, It was very difficult. So let's have a look as well. Let's comment. Let's go.
Obviously that I want too, but it's something that I need because I've never had that reciprocated. Like I've never had someone care about me like that.
You are the girl.
That's for real.
Look at your hand. I've been the guy that walked away.
Now, okay, this is where I said, okay. So as you know, she put her hand there to say, come on, baby, I got you. You're what I need. You're what I need. You're what I need. Why do you ladies do, can I ask a question, ladies? Why do you not do photos like this? Why do you not do this? Why do you do this? Who are you grabbing? Why do you guys do that in photos? Anyway, and so in that moment, she's letting him know, like, yo, I'm a handful. This is what she's really saying. I am a handful, and I don't know if you really can hold me down. I know that you are a good person. I know that you're a nice guy. I know that you're kind. I know you're this. But I've got a lot that comes with me. I don't know if you can handle all of that. I don't want you to get tired of me. I don't want you to get to a place where you can't handle it anymore. I don't want to face rejection. Okay? All right? Someone said these sets be pain. Okay? She's a handful. You know? So what's that? I got a fresh. Is that what you lost? Is that what it means? I got a fresh set on. Is that what you lot are telling me now? Yeah? It's a fresh set. That's why you lot got to do what you got to do. All right. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. So you got to show the hands. All right. Cool. I ain't mad at it. And now I know in it. You get me? You know. Okay. So let's just now. Okay. So now this is where I started looking at it differently. Because when Marshall starts talking, this is what reminded me of the nice guy rather than the good guy, right? Just because it's like, I'm not saying you shouldn't encourage people, and maybe I'm a little bit more biased. I'm just not breaking down walls in 2023. Okay, all right? I'm just not trying to break walls down in 2023. So it's like, when I hear it, I'm like, I'm not trying to break walls down in 2023.
Really got hard. I ain't doing that shit again. Look at me. I ain't doing that shit again. You're stuck with me. I'm talking to you straight up. I ain't doing that shit again.
You can do a kiss, but I feel like I'm eating a lot of shrimp. Sweet, babe.
I don't know. You know, when he then starts saying, you know, you're stuck with me. And listen, I want you should always encourage your partner, let them know you're here for them, and everything. I don't know. I guess after what I heard, you know, from her lips, I was like, whew, I don't know. I said, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, you know, to say that, I was just like, oh, sis, it's a lot right now, you know. And then when he says, obviously, you know, I ain't going nowhere. It just, I was like, are you sure? Are you sure? Because she's prepping you for her madness. Look, I've learned to hear what you're telling me. Okay? I've learned to hear what you're telling me. Yeah? I've learned. All right? So in this instance, when we say, when she started, when someone starts telling you, oh, you know, I'm difficult to this, I'm difficult to that, I'm difficult with this, believe them. I've not got time to try and convince you that you're different. It's the same thing I said about the Bliss situation. I'm not here to convince you that you're anything different. If you tell me you're bad, I'm believing you. Okay? I'm believing you. And the reason why I say that he's a nice guy is because when you're in your nice guy bag, you start trying to overturn these things. You try to like, oh, I see you what other people don't see you. That's what Bliss was saying. Bliss was like, oh, other people don't. She was saying what she's saying. I believe you're better than you think you are. I don't need you. I don't need you. I don't need you. I don't need you. Like, so when you tell me and you're trying to let me know, rather than actually just letting me know, okay, look, and I can see some of the comments, so I appreciate that as well. That, you know, her family, and I'm not. That's why I didn't talk about the tears aspect. The tears part is different because I remember you guys told me that something had happened. Somebody broke the rules and told us a little bit about what was happening. I'm joking. Someone kindly let us know that she put on social media that I think she was I think that she was going through a lot at the time in terms of her family and everything, which would relate to later on, right? Which would relate to later on, how she was crying and breaking down. This isn't about this part, you know. Nancy knows it. Nancy knows it. You know, singing those Mario bars. You know, baby, you just don't get it. Do you enjoy being hurt? I know you smell the perfume, the makeup on the shirt. You don't believe his stories. You know that they're all lies. Bad as you are, you stick around, and I just don't know why. Like, if I was your man, baby, you never worry about what I do. I ain't about to do that, okay? Look, here's what I'm saying, okay? Here's what I'm saying. I'm saying in that moment, it wasn't about, I don't think that was about her father and da-da-da. She was letting you know she's difficult to handle in general, okay? She's difficult in general with the way she does things. So in that moment, when she's telling you that, you better know that she is that. You know? You better let her know that she is that. Okay? Okay. Cool. And we go to the next scene. I didn't actually do much of the when she was crying. I didn't actually go into that much. I left that alone. I didn't want to talk about that too tough because I felt like you guys had told me that, you know, she has a situation that she was going through. So yeah, but yeah, what I would say is this was really important as well. I think this conversation that they were having was also important. Let me just get this part out. Ooh, killer, killer, okay,
Don't
let's
really
go.
have a lot of me time, so it's hard. I'm glad you were there for me. I'm glad you were there. That's just what I needed at that moment.
You know, we all have our moments. We all have our time where we think about.
So this part I really loved it because I could tell that she was going through something. In that scene where she breaks down and goes into the toilets and she's crying and she's just weeping, you know, he did a great job of just supporting her. And I love that, you know, and I really, really appreciated that. Okay. You know, and I think there was so much that was so powerful that was going on in this particular scene. And I loved it because, you know, he supported her in those moments that she really needed it. When she was down, that's when he supported. And I think, you know, that was key. Now, when it comes to this part here, again, I love the fact she was again holding him, you know, that he was holding her up and, you know, letting her know that, listen, he's there for her. Okay. Right? There for her. Okay. Now, the question is, can he be her rock? I am under the rock. The rock is higher than I. Jehovah hides me. He hides me under the rock. Go tell my enemies that I am under the rock. Jehovah hides me under the rock. There's only one good enough rock at this place, and it's Jesus. But what I'm saying to you is, can he be her rock? And how long can he handle this situation for out? Right? That's the question. Can he handle that? If he can, then it might work. If he can handle her situation and what she's going through and emotionally supported, then it can work. But this is going to be tiring. That's the only thing I'm going to say. You know, it can be tiring. Let's listen a bit more.
Stuff that we are going to go back to, but it's important to just remain present and in the moment, and we'll, you know, we'll cross those roads when we get there.
Yeah.
You're a very strong woman. You know that.
I tried to be.
You carry a lot.
Now, let me tell you this now. You know, let me be frank with you. Family issues are tough, bro. I can't lie to you. Family issues are really, really tough. Family issues are tough. And what the difficulty is, how much does he support her? Like, they're not married yet, but they're going to be married. So, you know what? Yeah, thank you. You know what? No, I'm trying to save her. There's no need. Send her to the therapist. You're right. She needs a therapist. And the reason why, I was trying to save Marshall, but, you know, I can't do it. I was really trying to, like, you know, but you're absolutely right. She does need a therapist or a counselor. Somebody, someone that she can release the stresses of what she's going through to. okay? So that she can release those frustrations that she's feeling onto that, so that she can actually feel lighter and she can actually navigate her way through relationships without having the burden of that relationship. Okay. That's a very good point, Sandra, as well. That's a very good point. He gonna hurt himself trying to save her. That's a fair point. You know, yeah, that's a fair point. Let me just watch a bit more.
I won't ever have one of those moments again.
And if you do, it's okay.
That was not okay.
We're human.
Okay.
We're human.
Those actions last night was love. That was pure love. No man would have did that for any shorty that he didn't love. And that man loves me.
I told you that you're gorgeous today.
Oh my gosh. Now you told me.
Got you, girl. Don't ever forget that.
Now you lot are calling Will Smith pre-Oscar, you know. Someone said Will Smith pre-Oscar slap. You lot are so violent. Why? Y'all got onto me today. You got onto Marshall. Y'all just coming for our necks. Hey, I ain't even mad at it, man. I'm not mad at it. It's funny, but it's true. I'm not even mad at it. You guys have been true, and I'm not going to deny your truth today. You guys have been on point. You've been telling the truth. I'm not going to be mad at it. You know what I mean? You've gathered myself and Marshall up, and it's true. This is going to be, this is giving the pre. And then the thing is, it's because, and I think what also for me is that he also said something in that earlier scene when he said, I'm a runner, I'm a track star, I'm gonna run away when it gets hard. When he told us that he's a runner and he's a track star and that he's gonna try and do better this time, I was like, this isn't the relationship that you do better in. See, I'm a runner, I'm a track star, I'm gonna run away when it gets hard. Like, this is not the time to do it for this relationship. Okay, this is not the time. Someone said Josh is Chris Rock. Y'all are in your bag today. I can see you lot in your bag today. I ain't even mad at it. I ain't even mad at it, man. You know what I mean? You lot are coming correct. I'm not mad at it. So you know, it's so interesting. It's so interesting because when he said he's a runner, he's a track star, I was like, this isn't the relationship you come back into, because this person already has seems like they really need somebody who's not a runner, who's a track star. But your need to want to prove you're not a runner, a track star may make you miss. Okay, may make you miss the fact that there are some red flags in the situation. So I don't want him to be a runner. I don't want him not to be a runner and track star and then miss the red flags that he's seeing. You know? Someone take Sandra, take her mic, take her keyboard away. Take her keyboard away. Take her keyboard away. Okay, take her keyboard away. All right, you know, take her keyboard away. Tough cookie. Yeah, I don't worry. It's all love, Cookie. You know, I got love for you. You know what I mean? I got love for the people them. You know what I'm saying? Y'all are good people. So you hold me accountable too, and I'm not mad at it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, no, he's honestly, you know, for him, honestly, it is, you know. I just hope that he doesn't break down trying to save her. You know what I mean? I hope he doesn't break down trying to save her, because that's sad when it happens. You know, when you see that happening, it's sad when that happens. Oh man. Someone said, let us pray. Let us pray. Oh wow. You know, so I get it. I understand their relationship, but let's hope. Okay. Hold on. Where am I going? Okay, cool. I think that was the only point I wanted to address for them, actually, purposely. Yeah, I think that was purposely. I wanted to talk a little bit about. Oh, okay, that's a good question, Dahlia. That's a good question. No, that's a good question. That's a good question. We're so busy talking about Marshall. Is Jackie going to support Marshall? He said he's emotionally constipated because of his dad. How will this work for them? This is a very good point. Can she give him the love that he actually needs? Because the reason why he's given her so much grace and love is because he wants that back. So can she give him that back? It's not, someone said Terrence Howard. Can she give that back? Because remember, what is fueling him is that he wants to give what he wants returned. Okay, because he never received that himself from his father, he wants to be able to give it. Do you see what I'm saying to you? So I definitely oops, sorry, apologies guys. I definitely understand that point. Okay. Yeah, it's definitely that point. You know, so yes, this is a good point. I wonder if she will be able to give that emotional needs back. And when he doesn't get it, what happens? Because people that are very emotional, just saying, you saw what happened to me, guys. Okay. Okay. You saw what happened to me, guys. You saw my story. What happened? Chickens and wings. Okay. You know what happened when you're too emotional. Chickens and wings. Just gonna say it. Chickens and wings. When you're too emotional, I'm not saying he's gonna do what I did, but I'm saying when you're emotional, you can flare up. You know what I mean? If you're having to hold everything down and you're letting things build, it can blow up in your face. I don't think he's gonna have a chicken and wing situation or a near gate, but you know, at the same time, uh, you know, in this situation, you gonna find yourself looking for an exit point, you know. So yeah, it's a Mazeline, you know. Justin said that on his IG, his dad's his best friend. The snippet about his dad was a small snippet of a convo. Maybe he feels bad now. Okay. Oh well, I mean, wait, do you mean Marshall, not Justin? You mean Marshall? Okay, Marshall on his thingy. You know, listen, look. The reality is, listen, look. Marshall is seeing his dad. I'm sure he probably felt bad about saying the things about his dad, but the reality is, look, and you guys have heard me say it before. I love my dad. My dad is great, but there was things that he missed when I was young. He could be better, and I'm gonna have to be better. And I'm gonna be told this probably the same thing with my kids. You could have been better in this area. We can all improve. So what Marshall was just talking about was the fact that his father was so tough on him. That's what it was. You know. So that's very true, Dahlia. Closed mouths don't get fed, baby. Okay, closed mouths don't get fed. Nancy said that he works so hard so early. Can we also have some fun? That is a question that we have to ask ourselves. You know what I mean? Crystal K said something instant. Said your dad can be a best friend, but he said what he said. That's very true, guys. You know what I mean? I did what I did, and there's consequences to the action, baby. You know what I mean? So, yep. You ain't tell no lies. You ain't tell no lies. All right, cool. Last couple, and I'll keep it short because I've been on over 2 hours now. And tomorrow we have the live, the whole roundup of episode 5, 1 to 5 as well. So I'll give you guys time to come on. I know the episodes will drop tomorrow as well. So we'll be back on our grind again. But don't worry about it, sweetheart. Don't worry about it, sweetheart. Okay. All right. Don't worry about it, sweetheart. Let's get into the last part of the show. Talking about Irina and our brother Zach, because let me tell you something. First and foremost, can we talk about the name situation, please, guys? Can we talk about the name situation, guys? Can we discuss that? Just saying. Can we discuss that?
Like Zion or Gideon. I do like Gideon. I do like Gideon. I like really unique names.
Yeah, me too. Like, you know what's a really unique one?
Zion and Gideon are biblical names. Zion and Gideon are biblical names. I said, wait, what's going on here? Why we got biblical names for Zion and Gideon? What's going on? Zion and Gideon? Why we got them in your name? What? Sis, you are the farthest thing. Let me not. Let me not. But it's just like, I was like, wait, hold on a minute. Why is Zion and Gideon on your list? I was like, okay, maybe she grew up in church or whatever as well. So maybe that's why she's giving those names. But I was like, yo, man said Goliath. I said, wait, why are all the biblical names coming out? What is going on? Okay. What is going on? I said, what's going on here? I'm so confused by this. But that was just one little thing I wanted to point out. Nothing crazy. It was just a little thing that I was like, okay. And then let's put this part. This part here. This part killed me. When they were in the bed and she was talking to him, saying about you respect my boundaries, and I love that you respect my boundary. I was like, she don't want you to touch her boundary because she does not want anything to do with you.
And I thought you were going to be like a little hurricane, Honestly, it was better than I thought it was going to be.
I get that a lot.
Not with Ralph helping us keep our purity. When I first saw Zack this morning, the first thought I had was, "How did you end up in my bed?" Did you feel weird when you saw when you woke up next to me? No. For a split second, I did. I was like, "Oh boy, not this again."
Oh, not this again. I think it's crazy. It's just yesterday, it's felt like we went from 0 back to where we were at the end.
I don't think for me it was fully there, but I am.
When sis said she loves the fact they kept their purity, I said, sis, you don't like that man. You don't like that man. You don't like that man. You don't like that man at all. Because again, when you put the teddy bear, I was thinking to myself at first, I was like, wait, is she a Christian? And we don't know? Because we've got biblical names. We're trying to stay pure. I said, wait, is she a Christian and we don't know? Is she some type of Jehovah's Witness maybe? Or, Mormon or whatever we don't know about? Is she one of these, religions? Because I was confused. I was like, wait, hold on a minute, sis. Why are we having biblical names? And then obviously now not also having sex as well. I was like, something that we don't know. Have you missed something? Did we miss something in this situation? Because, but then to only realize the fact that she was just doing this so she can keep him away from her. This makes it gets worse. So let's watch a bit more. It gets worse.
Surprised at how comfortable I feel around you. I would say how I don't know. It already feels like we're best friends. Good things take time.
How is he gonna blow her a kiss or little, and she doesn't do anything back? I said, so he blew her a kiss and she didn't want to give anything back. You know what I mean? So I was like, I said, this is not looking good. I said, that is not looking good. Blew her a kiss, and then she didn't want to give one back. And this happens throughout the whole entire episode. And you know what? It gets worse. It gets so worse. But there was a part that I loved what he said to her, and I'll come to it in a second. Okay. All right. This part here, there's a part here where he had a conversation with her, and it was so, I was like, yo, I cannot imagine what's going on.
Hey.
I'm not sleeping outside.
Why, it's pretty nice out there.
Oh, yeah. I'm not getting bit by the mosquitoes.
Too much. It was way too intimate.
Too much.
It was so fast.
You
so quick.
are ridiculous.
Woo!
So I'm curious.
So man tried to touch her finger like that. Man tried to catch her finger like that. And as soon as man did that, she says, oh, it's a little bit too much too soon. See me. I told you guys, listen, nobody's slow, Let me tell you something. Nobody is slow. They just don't like you. I've told you this already. The ladies, don't let them convince you, fellas. They'll tell you they're slow. No, they don't like you. They don't like you. Okay? They don't like you. They'll tell you, I'm doing it slow. They don't like you. That's, it's a perfect caption to kind of just give themselves a bit of time, give a bit of space. They don't want you. They don't like you. They're not attracted to you. So when they say, just let's take it slow. Take it slow. Which time will take it slow? No. Okay? We said the exact same thing with Mila from Married at First Sight. We said the same thing with Kirsten. When people be saying that I'm a slow burner, as Grace said, I'm a slow burner. I take my time. I'm so slow. Slow where? Slow where? Slow where, please? You in the wrong lane, sis. You in the wrong lane, sir. If you want to go slow, I need you to move over the lane because you're in the lane that speeds. Move over. Okay, this is a speeding lane. This is not a slow moving lane. Get the movements.
The physical side. You say that's a problem. But I feel like that's what you want.
Usually when I'm in relationships, it does come easier. It's very like, I'm a very physical touch person, but I feel like with you, that's taken like longer to grow that or like be as comfortable.
What do you think that is?
I don't know. And like, you're my fiance or someone that I'm hopefully getting married to. If you were like, Irina, when you touch me or hug me or hold my hand, I get uncomfortable. Like, I would be like, what the? I would like, I don't know if I'd be able to be with you, to be completely honest.
Yeah.
It was at this point I knew that this girl here is playing in our faces. The moment she just told us, okay, the moment she just told us that, hey, hold on a minute, you know, hold on a minute, you know, that's, you know, if it was you and, you know, I was in a situation where I'm trying to touch you and you told me, you told me that, you know, I'm not comfortable with you touching me, I wouldn't be able to handle it. At that point, you should have known, pack your bags, get a stepping. Pack your bags and get the walking away because this person is out here laughing in our faces. What? What? What are you talking about, baby? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? It's get out right now. It's the end of you and me. It's too late, and I can't wait for you to be gone. I know, I wonder about her. Like, you're gone. Get your bags to the left, everything you own in the bag to the left, in the closet. That's my stuff, baby. If I bought it, then please don't touch. If you heard a South African version, you know. South African version kills it. Please don't touch. The South African version will kill me to this day. No, God, it won't kill me, but it's funny. Okay, all right. So, you know, when she's telling you that, listen, if it had been me, I wouldn't be able to handle it. It's like, then why are you asking me to handle it then? Why are you asking me to handle something you couldn't handle? Why are you asking me to be patient with you when you know you wouldn't be patient with me? You're not telling me the truth. Okay? You're not telling me the truth.
When we were in the pods, you were very, very affectionate. And since we've gotten into the real world, I've noticed that you have been hesitant to express that affection. In fact, more often you kind of push me away with jokes.
Maybe because I didn't see you and it was your voice that I was connecting to. Now it's a face and a body.
One of the
This, guys, oh my days. How dare she?
Why are you crying?
How dare she say? Did you hear what she just said? Did you hear what she just said? No, guys, let's rewind what she just said. This was a Mortal Kombat killing.
More often, you kind of push me away with jokes.
Maybe because I didn't see you and it was your voice that I was connecting to. Now it's a face and a body.
One of the reasons that I picked you is...
I was super affectionate.
Yeah, I think...
She said, oh, because, you know what? It was a voice I was connecting to, but now it's a face and a body. I mean, just tell me I'm ugly without telling me I'm ugly. You know what I mean? Just tell me you're not attracted to me without telling me you're not attracted to me. Wow. 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 You doing me dirty like that? You don't know me like that. Wow. That's how you're doing me? Wow. 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 She just basically told him he's ugly to her. Wow, how dare she? I told you, it's the ones that are not the finest babes that have the audacity, the caucasity. Your face is not set up like that, darling. Your face is not set up like that for you to be talking the way the wickedest talk you're talking like that. How can you? Your face is not set up like that for you to be talking the wickedest about other people's looks. I'm not saying she can't say that she's not attracted. I'm saying that for her to say the way she just said it, she could have said it in a more polite way. Hey, look, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm struggling with the, you know, with the looks part. But your face is not set up like that for you to talk wickedness right now. You see what I'm saying to you? To talk wickedness about somebody else, your face is not set up for that. No, I'm not insulting her like that, guys. That's different. What I'm trying to tell you is that she doesn't have that facial thing to be able to say that to someone else. You should be kind about the way you say things to somebody. You know what I mean? You should be kind to somebody. You know what I'm saying? So there are insufficient funds in the face card. So we're just saying to you, see that, you know what I'm saying? Like, you should not be saying to people this kind of, in a way, you should be choosing your words carefully. Like, you know what I'm saying? Not cussing people saying they're ugly. You know? So there are insufficient funds and we're unable to make a retrieval at this current point in time due to the face card. So you can't tell someone, so you have to find a way of being appropriate the way you deliver that. Sis, come on. Come on. Come on.
I think you're in your head. I think you're thinking about what's going to happen when we get to the altar, and you are a little bit afraid of it. So like, I think you've already kind of, I feel like you've already kind of made up
my mind about it.
Yeah, but and I feel like that's why you're not as affectionate, because you've already decided in your head like, oh, it's not going to work.
I would be going home right now if I felt that way.
I'm just like,
maybe, yeah. I realize though, like, that I am scared. Like, I am scared of being affectionate. Like, every time, like, even you say like, oh, you're so beautiful, and you look at me, instead of being like, oh, baby, like, I'll be like, ah! And I'll just like run away.
Let me just say this. I have good history with this, guys, okay? My face card has had insufficient funds in it on several occasions, okay? Primarily my youth. And when you go to touch a girl and she goes, ah! I have learned to understand that the cash machine is telling me you have insufficient funds. Okay? Right? So this is what I'm telling you. I can say it from history and experience. Okay? I remember being in school, okay? And I had an insufficient amount of credit on the facial card. And when I decided to touch, you will know when you have not enough funds in that account, the girl will let you know. She doesn't have to say anything, but the fact she's going, ah, the fact that she's like, ah, the fact that she doesn't want to be touched, the fact that when you get close, she's, you know that there is insufficient funds in your facial card. And unfortunately, we cannot give you the withdrawal. You know this. Okay? You learn this from early. People that don't know this are weird to me. You know what I mean? You learn this from early. You can even get close. You don't even have to touch her. I remember, listen, when you're in school, you know the subtle. You should pay to subtleties. You can just literally, just talk to someone. Okay, you can literally just talk to someone, and the girl will be like, "Why? Oh, just talking to me." And you'll see it on their face and the way they behave. Like they're annoyed at your presence. You know what I mean, right? So I need you to pay attention, because the face card, I learned that it was a problem for me. And I'm not talking about her now. I'm talking about the fact that recognizing when you've had your card declined several times from the opposite sex, you know what it's like when they don't really feel you. You feel what I'm saying to you? You get me? So I'm saying that he has to pay attention to, and don't want it so badly that you're ignoring the fact that you're the only money you can get out in overdraft fees. You're gonna have to pay this back eventually, right? It's not free, right? Your card said 0-0, but they said you can take a few coins out for the overdraft. It's going to cost you, and it's going to cost him in this situation too, right? So him not paying attention to what she's actually saying, it's also going to cost him as well.
That's actually what you're
Maybe I'm insecure about like my appearance in a way, or like I don't know. I don't think you're being like honest or something, so it makes me feel uncomfortable. If there was anyone I could trust with my feelings, it'd be you. You're a good guy, and you care about me for not like my physical appearance, but for my heart. Again, like that's why I keep going back to like me.
Old girls out here saying to us, you know what? I love the fact you love me because of my old girl is funny. She said, I love the fact you love me. Not because of my face, not because of my features. The audacity. The audacity. The audacity. You are going to a restaurant. Your card declines. My card declines, but you have the audacity to call me out. You are telling me that you love it when I like you, when your facial features might not be mine that I like, but you love the fact I love you regardless, but you can't look past it either. Then what? Stop saying you love that part about me. You know what I mean? Stop it. Stop it. You know what I mean? Stop it. You love the fact that he likes you because, you know what? Not because of he likes your face or anything like that. So you're happy to sit in that and you're happy to reject him. But you want to say that you love the fact that he loves you because not because he loves you because of your looks. Baby, come on. Come on, baby. I'm not saying you're not entitled to not liking him, by the way. I think she's absolutely entitled to not like him. I don't want I've told you guys, women and men, I don't want you trying to struggle love this situation by trying to force you to love this person when you know you don't like them, when you're not attracted to them. I'm saying just go about it in an appropriate manner. But now you're just talking wildness and wickedness.
This is just going to take time. Maybe it's so new, like just being physical together and seeing each other and like adding this aspect to our relationship. And maybe it's, I don't know.
When we were in the pods, you absolutely hated not being in control.
Now, let me tell you something. This reading here was powerful. This reading here by him, you know, Anyala will be proud.
Not on my watch. Not on my watch.
Anyala will be proud of this read. He read her for filth. Okay? He literally read her for filth. But let me tell you why he read her for filth. Because he was reading himself. Okay? His theory was beautiful because he was reading his damn self. That's the reason why. Okay? So he was not just reading her, he's reading himself. I'm telling you.
You hated it. You hated it
when
you
when you had to choose between. Yeah, of course, because you were talking to me and Bliss. And
but you don't like that power dynamic is what I'm saying. And I think that the power dynamic in your relationship is really important to you.
Yeah,
I think you like feeling like you have control.
I don't feel like I don't have control with you at all.
I know, but that's my point.
Why do you feel like you're I know that's like a really strong.
He read her and saw her for filth. She didn't like that. She wasn't impressed by that. She didn't like the fact that, and she tried to, I don't want to say gaslight, that might be a bit of a strong word, but she definitely tried to deflect. Yeah, she definitely tried to deflect. You know, she definitely tried to deflect the situation, you know what I mean? And try to turn it back onto him, you know, but they are the same people. The reason why he chose her is because he saw himself in her. Okay, they are the same person. They are literally the same person. Him and Irina are the same person. The only difference is he's willing to try, she isn't. Okay.
Word to say, but I feel like you're just like trying to find me find me as I'm the issue or I'm making the issue.
I'm not.
So me choosing not to be affectionate with you is me being in control.
It's a theory.
But then I don't have the fun because I like being affectionate.
Well, you haven't been very affectionate.
I know, and I feel like maybe that hurts you, so that's why you're saying all these things.
No, I'm just trying to know what's going on in your mind.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree with that. I also agree with this point. I agree with that point too. I agree with this point too. She does look more of an anime character. She reminds me of the character in Dragon Ball Z. Remember the cat? If you remember the Dragon Ball Z, if you ever watched it at Kami's house. If you ever watched Dragon Ball Z, Kami's house, the white cat, That's who she reminds me of when she smiles. The white cat, you know. Okay, let's have a look.
What?
How did I get here? I'm falling apart.
Affectionate with Ralph.
Okay, so, oh baby, oh baby. All right, listen. There's another scene I want to show you guys before I go off because I've been over my time now. But yes, here we go. So I want to get to this particular part. Okay, let's get to this part. I don't want to go. I want to 39. Where is it? Oh no, that was it. That was it. Yeah. Boom, boom, boom. There we
I
go.
don't know who this man is, and I was like, maybe it's just like scary, and it was a lot. Like, oh, maybe it's gonna grow, and like I've noticed that like every time he does like touch me, I get like a major ick. Like when he puts his arm around me at night, I literally like my heart up, and I literally go, but not like in an excited way.
I want to like relate to you in like a way, but like it's like so different. So like, well, the thing with me and Paul is like we both like had such an immediate like understanding.
When she said, obviously, she goes eek, and she's got the ick. She gets the ick from him. I said, damn. She gets the ick from him. I said, this girl is definitely turned off. Definitely turned off. She's not about it at all. You know, I definitely understand that, you know, someone could be turned off. But the fact that she got an ick about the situation, I said, yes, this is done. Like, once you get an ick, you can't get that back. You know what I mean? That's non-recoverable. And she said she doesn't want him touching her. Yeah, that is not gonna happen. It's a hard place to recover. Okay, I know Shaq and Kirsten got it, but you know, we see how they're still struggling. I want to play that clip one more time, just to play the end of it. But we see how they're still struggling. It ain't easy. I want to play a spot.
And so Zach, I feel like is my type on paper as like brown hair, brown eyes, like chiseled face. Like I really like their features. And like the moment I saw Zach, it was like I don't know who this man is, and I was like maybe it's just like scary, and it was a lot. Like, oh, maybe it's gonna grow, and like I've noticed that like every time he does like touch me.
Now let me tell you something. This girl is a liar and an actress. She is a liar and an actress. Because was she not sitting on the couch on the pod with little Rafi in her hand saying, I don't care what you look like. You can look like a nerd. You can look like a dork. You can look like anything. I'm still gonna like you. I'm still gonna love you. Was you not sitting on the couch and saying those words? I don't want to ever hear you say. I don't want to hear you ever say. I don't want to hear you ever say that you know what I mean? I don't want to ever hear you say this again, because you were sitting on the couch telling us about how the fact that, you know, I will love you no matter what, how you look like. People need to stop saying that. People need to stop saying that. Okay? I need to stop saying that. Okay? Y'all know you're capping. Okay? See me, if I go into the pod, I'm not going to lie. I'm going to tell you straight. Listen, can I be honest with you? If I see you and I'm not attracted, it might take me a little bit longer to like you. It might take me a little bit longer to make it work through. And you know what? If the same thing for you, if you didn't find me all the way attractive, I understand. Okay? I understand. Do you get what I'm saying to you? Yeah? So for me, I wouldn't have lied to the person, like, you know, oh, even if it reveals, I don't care what you look like. Yeah, that's how I know that euphoria is talking for you. Right? That's how euphoria is talking before you. Euphoria is making you feel excited. Yeah, to say these bars, but it's false. It's false. Okay? Attraction means something, because even after these shows, even after they finish in being in the pods, when they see each other, it's the final seal of the deal. Yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna leave that alone. Okay. All right. But yeah, that was a mazzoline. I need to go for a run before I go on live, guys. I am live later on tonight as well. And just want to say to my audience as well, there's almost 339 of you guys. Look, ladies, I really appreciate you. You know, I told my story, my dark art story, and you guys held me accountable. I appreciate it. I'm not against it. I thank you for it. You know what I mean? So I just want to appreciate my audience. It's never anything against you guys. So I appreciate the fact that when I told my story, some of you were on my side and I get it. And some of you held me accountable and I appreciate that. I'm never going to be angry about it. So this is a family. This is a community. Anybody can be held accountable. I want you to understand that. That doesn't just mean you guys. That means me as well. So I really do appreciate the fact that we had that conversation and you said your piece, and I appreciate that as well. You know what I mean? There's no hard feelings. We all growing and moving in the right direction. Okay. All right. So if anybody out there, don't throw no wings, don't throw no mayo and ketchup at anybody. Okay. So I appreciate you as well for that conversation. Yeah. It's all love. And we look forward to tomorrow because we're going to do, you can finally talk about it all. You know what I mean? We can talk about it all tomorrow now. You know what I mean? Yeah. Tomorrow we can talk about it all. I can't wait because you lot have been. Hey, I know you guys have been waiting to say it all. I know, because I've been holding you ladies and guys and saying don't say anything to me, and I know it's tough. So I really do appreciate you lot keeping it 100. You know what I mean? And trying to hold it all in. Do you know what I mean? But tomorrow we get to release it all and say it all. Okay. All right. So much appreciation, guys. Guys and ladies, we'll see you tomorrow for the last live as well. Someone said, "Oh, because there's more episodes that drop tomorrow." Okay. Let me do it now. Let me set the time now. I'm thinking by the time I wake up after today's live, I'm thinking by the time I watch that last episode, I can watch 5. Let's call it like 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 2 o'clock. Okay, so if we do it 2 o'clock, it's gonna be morning time, guys. I'll start at 3. Sorry, I'll start at 3. It won't be an evening thing because I'll be out, but we'll start at 3. We'll spend about 2 hours. So for you guys, it will be at 10 o'clock EST. No, it's been 9 o'clock EST, 9 a.m. for you guys. Yeah, it's an early start tomorrow, guys. 9 a.m. Okay, 9 a.m. for you guys, which is gonna be 2 o'clock for me. We're gonna see you. Okay, all right. So I'm gonna put the thing up now so you know exactly what it is. 3 a.m. EST is when more episodes are. El Cid, can you go to bed, El Cid? El Cid said that by 3 a.m. EST, the more episodes drop. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll do a whole review and then we'll do what episode. I think by the time that we get there, I'll probably be able to watch one episode. No, I won't. I won't. But let me put it up the live. Okay, so Love is Blind, episode 5 is 1 to 5. Open panel. So you can come and have your say. I won't review episode 5 per se. It will just be an open panel. Yeah. Is blind and have your say. Episode 1 to 5. Okay. All right. Cool. Put it at 3. At 3 p.m. Okay. 3 p.m. tomorrow night. Tomorrow. Okay. Yep. 31st tomorrow, guys. I'll put it up the live. Okay. So if you do want to join the panel, you know what I mean? Yeah, I got you. Yeah. I got you. Okay. All right. So tomorrow, I got you now. I do know African. I need to do a schedule in it. I've been saying that I need to do a schedule. Oh, only episode 6 drops tomorrow. Okay, then we can do 1 to 6 then. If only episode 6 drops tomorrow, I can do 1 to 6. You know what I'm saying? I can do 1 to 6 tomorrow. I can watch that before the thing goes, isn't it? Actually, wait, what's 3 a.m. EST? What time is that for us? That's 8 o'clock me. You know what? I'll see what happens. I'll see what happens. Because boy, let me tell you this. I don't know if I'm gonna make that. Let me be sensible. I don't know if we're gonna make that. All right. So 10 a.m. tomorrow we start. We're gonna be on it. Come if you wanna have your say. I'll open link. You don't have to have a camera on. Okay. All right. Fiverr. Is that what it is? Fiverr to keep it assistant. Okay. Fiverr. Okay, that's the thing. Okay, cool. I'll get on that then. Fiverr, they can do assistance on there. To be honest, I do need one. Because at this rate, you know what I'm saying? So listen, if you want to join the panel, I know some of you messaged me about this as well. For the tomorrow's panel, if you want to message, just message me on Insta or hit my email up. I'll put it in the chat. So you can join at gmail.com. Okay. Hit me up in the email. All right. Hit me up in the email. And then I'll get you on the panel tomorrow as well. Okay. Whew, baby. It's gonna be tight. We appreciate it, guys. Make sure you stay locked and stay loaded. We're gonna see you again soon. Much love and much appreciation. All right. Yeah. Let me leave you with Anyal.
Not on my watch. Not on my watch.
Why are you crying?
Wrong video. That was wrong one.
I'm leaving here with something. You know what I mean? I'm from around the way. I'm leaving with something.
Appreciate you guys.